Let's get it. What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up? Hold on. All right, let's see. Do some checks here. How your week been?
I've been chilling, man. What's good with you?
Chilling, man. I've been just working. Doing the same old thing. Working on the channel. I see your channel picking up now. I see a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Man, I've been just working. What you say?
Yeah, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
Not too crazy. All right, let me do this intro. Hold on a second. Let's see what's going on. Before we get started, it's your boy TURNTTALLY, the #1 Nole fan in the Nole universe. And if you think you know somebody better than me, you're doing this. We are conquered over here. Play this music. I already sent out some invitations. Let me promote a little bit more. We'll get started. Got 11 people watching already. What's up, Tyler? All dubs. Kendrick, you the first on the building, on the scene. Usual. Michael Ellis, give us the donation already. hope you can watch this one, Mike. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Hold on a second. That's a good stuff. Hit that like button, folks. What's up, No Good? What's up, Frank Smith? Hopefully, did y'all get notifications? I hope y'all did. I didn't get a chance to send them out. And on YouTube, I forgot. Should be all right. Hopefully, y'all got notifications. Did y'all get notifications? Look like y'all did. Yeah, look like y'all did. Michael, hey, y'all, did y'all get? Tell me if y'all got the notifications in the chat. Did y'all get notifications? Oh yeah, look like y'all did. Look like y'all did. Okay. Just making sure YouTube be funny. Okay. Okay, yeah, y'all is here pretty quick this time. All right. We'll wait another minute. Maybe another minute.
What's going on, people? What's going on, you all know?
All right, I think we're good to start. I'm gonna play this song for Mike Ellis real quick. We'll begin. Y'all in for a treat today. Thanks, Michael Ellis, for the donation. Right. Australia and Florida in the house. All right. Michael Ellis, you in for a treat. But I know you loved it. But I know you loved it in Hawaii, man. Good Lord.
It's the remix.
I was stationed in Hawaii. I love it out there. I didn't want to leave.
The weather's always good out here, man.
Oh, good. Thanks, Mike, for the donation. Welcome to another edition of No Lie. We got TURNTTALLY and my brother from another mother, Nole blooded. Polk County Nole in the building once again to bring y'all dinner, the meats and potatoes to your dinner tables and give you that Florida State updated news, roster, whatever you need, baby, to fill up your stomach, only for the Nole Bloods, of course. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. This channel gonna be like none other, baby. You know what it is. Only Nole Blood is allowed tonight. It's Nole night. Let's get into it. We're gonna discuss. He got a nice presentation for you, Polk County Nole. I'm gonna let him take over. Nice presentation on the offensive line, rosters, update, recruiting news, whatever it is, he got it ready for you. Kind of sit back with your questions. This is going to be a presentation point. He's just going to talk it out. That's the format. And then once he's done, we will take phone calls. You can call in, FaceTime, whatever. But right now, it's time to business. It's yours. The floor is yours, Polk. Let's get it.
What's going on with everybody? How y'all doing? So I'm gonna start off with some recruiting, but there's not really a lot of news as far as actual like signings and anything. What I kind of want to just touch on before we get on the major topic today. Well, the major topic today I want to do is the offensive line. We're gonna break down the depth chart. We're gonna talk about who's starting, who should start, who shouldn't start, red shirt and impact players, if we got any. Like, we're gonna go in depth on that offensive line. But before we touch on that, I really want to talk about just some crystal ball predictions on the recruiting trail. I got a list of about 14 prospects that FSU is in the running for. And I just want to go down the list, talk about who we got a realistic shot at, who we don't. First off, 6'2", 3-star out of South Carolina. He's a wide receiver, Joshua Burrell. He took a visit to Florida State in March. And as far as the crystal ball projections go, Florida State is the leader so far in his recruitment. So we'll see how that one goes out. It looks good so far. Just hope we are able to start recruiting again and get kids back on campus with all this, shutdown and everything. 5'10", 4-star safety out of Tallahassee, Amari Harvey. This one has been a tight battle, with the Gators really seeming to be the main competition so far. But before the shutdown, from what I read, FSU was trending upwards before the shutdown. If I had to probably pick a team, the Gators might be the slight favorite so far for Amari Harvey. But that one's nowhere near ending anytime soon. So that's going to be a tough battle. 6'4", 3-star tight end out of Alabama, Jackson West. He just recently announced. He announced June 1st. I think he's gonna commit. June 1st is going to set his decision date, and he just recently announced a top 6 of FSU, Duke, Pitt, Boston College, and Air Force. If FSU can't beat out Duke, Pitt, Boston College, and Air Force, then there's a problem. So we're trending for Mr. Jackson West. Looking good so far. They're crystal balling him into Florida State. 6'4", 3-star tight end. 6'2", 3-star tight end / 4-star athlete. I don't know why I said tight end. I'm sorry. Athlete out of Rockledge, Florida. Raheem Sanders. Decision date June 8th. This one looks like an Arkansas. Arkansas seems to be the guy. Seems to be the team. Crystal balled in for him. But it's a tough battle between Arkansas, FSU, and South Carolina. But it looks like Raheem Sanders might be going to Arkansas. Now, 6'4", 300-pound guard from Georgia, 4-star Terrence Ferguson. He's been a Georgia lean this whole time, but somehow Florida State has stayed second in his recruitment. And from what I'm reading, it's all due to the good relationship he has with Coach Atkins. He really likes Coach Atkins. Everybody's saying it's going to be a tough pull to get that kid from Georgia. But he hasn't eliminated Florida State yet, and he hasn't set a decision date yet, which tells me he's still listening to Florida State. He still has a pretty good relationship with Coach Atkins. That's one to look out for. I don't think we'll pull him, but that'd be interesting to see if maybe he delays his decision date to the season. Florida State wins some games. You never know how that recruitment could take off if he sees an on-field product that he likes. 6'2", 4-star out of Tallahassee, Terry and Arnold, another Tallahassee native. That's 2 top 10 safeties in Tallahassee. No decision date for Terry and Arnold, but that's a Bama FSU battle all the way. And it's looking like a 50-50 battle so far. No team has got the upper hand. Florida State has to land some of these safeties. You'll see some more safeties down the list. There's some safeties, some big-time safeties that FSU's in the running for. And we got to land some of them. My bad if y'all hear that. My computer doing crazy stuff. Michael Trigg, I know that's a name that everybody's familiar with. 6'4", 4-star tight end. No decision date. He's in no rush to make a commitment. But he's released a top 20. So that tells you right off the bat, he's in no rush to commit to anywhere. 20 schools. But FSU is considered the top school from every source that I looked up. Florida State is considered the top school. We'll just see how that one plays out. I mentioned him on the last show if you tuned in. Dink Jackson, 4-star athlete / safety. Some people even think he's an outside linebacker. That's why they listed him as an athlete. Out of Melbourne, no decision date. He's been quiet up so far, up in his recruitment. FSU is considered a slight lean over Ole Miss and Tennessee, so that's one to look out for. Destin Payson out of New Orleans, Louisiana. No decision date. 6 foot 4-star out of Louisiana. Has a great relationship with David Johnson. If you know about David Johnson, he recruits the state of Louisiana big time. And FSU is considered the favorite, but he's being recruited by Bama, LSU, Oklahoma. He's being recruited by all the big time schools. But that relationship with David Johnson is a big thing, so we got to pay attention to that one. I'll try to run through these as quick as possible so we can get to the meat and potatoes. But 6'3".
Take your time. We got plenty of time.
Brian Estes, 3-star offensive lineman, 291 pounds. He mentioned recently in the article he has a great relationship with Jake Slaughter, which is surprising to hear because they play somewhat at the same position. However, those offensive linemen can be moved around between guards depending on how you see him playing out. But he released the top 5 with Arizona State, FSU, Mizzou, Nebraska, and Penn State. And FSU is considered the favorite. I like that recruitment right there. I think FSU is going to land that one. And I think him and Jake Slaughter, 2 solid building blocks. Now, 6'4", 243-pound, 4-star D, strong side defensive end, Shembree Jackson out of Orlando. No decision date. The recruitment is wide open. I don't know a favorite. If I had to guess, it's probably Bama. But the top 3 are Bama, Auburn, and FSU. Then 6'3", 4-star athlete, Probably all know this name, athlete slash outside linebacker, Xavier Sori. No decision date. Considered a heavy Bama favorite. FSU is in the mix. I probably don't see us getting that one. But with a lot of these kids that I think you see that don't have decision dates, I think it's key to keep in contact with them. And it tells me that I think that these kids are waiting to see how the season plays out before they make their decisions. 6 foot, 4-star corner out of Lehigh, Florida, Amari Cooper. It's a 4-team battle between FSU, Louisville, Penn State, and Tennessee. I think FSU is considered a slight favorite there. And then 6'2", this is final one, 6'2", 4-star safety out of Miami, Corey Collier, son of former Florida State player Cornelius Collier. And he's got every top school from Clemson, UF, FSU, UGA, LSU, all the top schools are trying to get him. And his recruitment is a big question mark. He hasn't tipped off any favorites. I gotta think, because his dad played here, FSU has to be at the top of the list, but we'll see how that plays out, man. But that's pretty much your recruiting breakdown for this week. Not much news as far as any new signees or new commits. So no news on the transfer portal that I'm aware of. I don't know if Turnt is tracking anything, but that's about it. I would say out of all of these guys, I think FSU probably has a realistic shot at about 7 of them. So at about 14, 13, I think about half of them FSU has a legit shot at. That's all I got on the recruiting end. I don't know if Turnt got anything.
You're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot coming soon, though. It's gonna be fast and furious in the next couple of weeks when everything opens back up. You got a lot of news at once. Go ahead.
That's what I think. I think once these campuses open back up and just the world opens back up, I think you'll see. Hopefully, we see some good news pouring in. But now we can get to what we want to talk about. I know what everybody wants to talk about. I don't know if this is going to be overly positive. I'll be honest with you guys, but we're going to talk about this offensive line and the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll just start off with listing all the scholarship names that we have on the offensive line. So we'll start with that. Devontae Love-Taylor, Chaz Neal, Jay Williams, Jalen Goss, Lloyd Willis, Darius Washington, Robert Scott. Those are all your tackles, scholarship tackles on the roster. Inside offensive linemen, Brady Scott, Thomas Schrader, Maurice Smith, Bavion Johnson, Andrew Baselli, Ira Henry, Donta Lucas, Zane Herring. Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. Those are all of your scholarship offensive linemen. Now, we lost Juwan Williams to the transfer portal, and that dummy also got in trouble this past weekend or past week. He did. It don't matter. I didn't talk about it because he's not even on the team, but he's in transfer portal. Christian Meadows, medical DQ. Mike Arnold, transfer portal, and I think we lost Bello to graduation. So that's all the losses we've had on the offensive line. And then Christian Armstrong. He's a question because I looked at the depth chart. He's not on the depth chart, but on his Twitter, it says he's still a part of FSU. I don't know, maybe he's still at the school and just not on the football team no more. But I heard that he was possibly transferring, but it didn't look like he has transferred yet. And he still actively tweets, like his most recent tweet was 2 days ago. So he hasn't changed anything. But he's not listed on the depth chart. I don't know if he's suspended or just still in Florida State, just not a part of the football program. Don't know what's going on with Christian Armstrong. And those are the losses we've had on the offensive line. Now, this is the problem I have with the offensive line. Well, you know what? First, I won't even go there. Let's talk about the depth chart. Let's talk about the depth chart, and then we'll go from there. At left tackle, I'm thinking this is where a guy like Jared Williams, man, really, if we can get this guy to transfer here, he changes up the whole – I don't think you guys I don't know if you guys realize how important of a player Jarrett Williams can be if we were able to land him, because he changes up the whole offensive line, in my opinion. Right now at left tackle, they got Darius Washington listed. He was a true, wasn't he? He was a true freshman last year, got injured, didn't participate in any of the few spring drills they had because of the injury. But he is listed at left tackle. Behind him would most likely be Chaz Neal, 6'7", 305, and Robert Scott. He's the freshman, the tackle freshman we got that a lot of people were high on. I'm high on him. I think he's actually a pretty good player. But I don't know if he's a day one contributor. You know what I mean? Right tackle. That's where the FIU transfer, he gets his start. Devontae Love-Taylor, 6'4", 308. Behind him, remember that JUCO guy we got a year ago who we never heard anything from? Yeah, Jay Williams, 6'6", 304. And then true freshman Lloyd Willis, 6'7", 310. Probably has the highest upside as far as the offensive line prospects go, but he's extremely raw. It's going to take time to develop his strength and all that good stuff. At the guard positions, the one position that I'm confident on is left guard Donta Lucas. As a true freshman, he was the highest rated offensive lineman we had last year, which is a good thing for him, but a sad thing for the offensive line as a whole, because he only rated in the 60 percentile. So that just shows you how bad that offensive line really was last year. Behind Donta, got Maurice Smith, who he's one of those tweeners. He can play guard. He can play center. Right now, we'll put him at guard. And then Zane Herring, true freshman, 6'5", 312 pounds. Right guard. Right guard's a toss-up. I have no idea. You could have Maurice Smith play right guard, or you can go with the experience of Brady Scott. Ira Henry's a possibility at right guard. And then we have Thomas Schrader, the other freshman interior lineman, at guard. And then the two centers we have, which I'll even throw, again, Maurice Smith, we'll even throw him in at center because he can rotate any of that inside lineman positions. But we got Andrew Baselli, who I would start. So I have no idea who they're going to start. I would start Baselli at 6'5", 321 if he's back in football shape. I think when I watched last year, to me, Baselli looked better than Bavion. That's just my opinion. And, of course, Bavion Johnson, 6'3", 307. So that's pretty much a 3D depth chart of the entire offensive line. You get Jarrett Williams, that changes some things because I think you can move some guys around. But the odd man out, if you notice, I didn't mention one name, is Jalen Goss. And quite frankly, this kid's 6'7", but he's still only 270 pounds. They've been trying to gain this. Sometimes I think Jalen Goss might just need to move positions. Sometimes people aren't meant to be 300 pounds, and he just can't put on the weight. Maybe you make him a big blocking tight end. Maybe you change him to defensive end and see how he can move at DN. I think Jalen Goss might need a position change because he's a guy that I know that Coach Taggart staff are really banking on to be good. They knew when they got him he was small weight-wise, but they really expected him to gain a lot of weight, and he just hasn't put it on. He's gaining muscle, but not weight. I think if you've seen pictures of him, the dude is like ripped. He's jacked, but he's only 270. So Jalen Goss is probably the odd man out. If at any point in this season you see Jalen Goss on the offensive line, you know we're in trouble, folks. You know we're in trouble because he's just not big enough to play at the D1 level right now. Injuries. Now, you guys, if you see this injury, if you see this depth chart, any injury, injuries are going to cripple this offensive line. First of all, there's not a lot of depth. Darius Washington, let's just say he goes down at right tackle. You really want to see Jay Williams out there? I don't. And the true freshman's not ready. Injuries will cripple this offensive line. It's already not a deep offensive line. I'm not sure it's even that talented at the top. So the little bit of talent we have, we cannot afford any injury. And that just tells you the state of this offensive line. We cannot afford any injuries. The positions, I think I mentioned it already, but I think the positions that's really up for grabs are that center position and that right guard. I think the tackle positions are pretty set. Love Taylor's obviously going to be your best tackle. I think by default, Darius Washington's going to get the other right tackle just from playing experience, and that he did actually play pretty solid last year when he started. Because I don't know if. Here's the thing, so a guy like Chaz Neal, he actually grades in the 70 percentile, which you'd say, man, that's good, but it's only on 14 snaps. So we don't have a huge sample size of what Chaz Neal is even really capable of. So, and I'm not sure I want to find out. But hopefully Chaz Neal is better than I think or anybody else thinks. My wild card, my X factor on this offensive line is really Maurice Smith, because he brings so much versatility and can add some depth. If a guy like Maurice Smith can lock down, let's say he's the best center on the team. Let's say he wins the center job. Maybe you're able to move Bavion Johnson to one of those guard spots. Maybe you're able to move Andrew Baselli to that. Adds unique depth and much needed depth if Maurice Smith can prove to be a starter or just a valuable player. I think he's the wild card on the entire offensive line. And I mentioned his name before, and I'll mention it again. Jared Williams. Best case scenario, if we get Jared Williams, this is a dude that you're going to put at left tackle, Love Taylor at right tackle. You can move Darius Washington to one of those guard spots next to Donta Lucas and whoever went to center. I just think Jared Williams adds so much depth to that offensive line. So now you have options. If a guy gets hurt, you still, Maurice Smith and now Darius Washington would be valuable backups. But as it lays right now, we can't afford any injuries. And quite frankly, to talk about the freshmen that we picked up, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Turnt has a different opinion or anybody in the chat have a different opinion. I don't think any of the freshmen are ready to start play day one. I would redshirt every last one of them personally. I think Robert Scott has a great size, great build. I'm not sure the strength is there yet. Same thing with Lloyd Willis. The dude's 6'7", 310. The strength's not there. Schrader's only 6'5", 283. He's got to gain some weight. And Herring's a big boy, and he's one thing about, I believe Herring is the one that's been on campus. Is it Herring or Schrader that was the early enrollee? I can't even remember. But I just don't think any of the freshmen are day one contributors. And I'll be honest with you, Seminoles, if we end up seeing one of those freshmen on the offensive line, it could be a long season for whoever's at quarterback. But that's really all I got. Turnt, I don't know if you want to add anything.
Oh, man. Tyler Henning says it's Herring, I think you're talking about. Herring was the early transfer.
Herring was the early enrollee, yeah.
Early enrollee. And Michael Ellis just subscribed to you. He didn't like, but folks, now the whole time I've been thinking like, man, we need some depth badly. We need some depth. We need size. So hopefully, size shouldn't be an issue. If they're able to pull at least two more, I personally want three.
Listen to these weights. Listen to these weights. Because size is an issue, unfortunately. I listed out all the weights of all of the players we have. Listen to the weights. Devontae Love Taylor, 6'4", he's only 308. Chaz Neal, 6'7", he's only 305. And Robert Scott came in at as a prospect. He hasn't hit campus yet, but he's 295. He'll probably be a little bigger. Darius Washington's only 301. Jay Williams is only 304. Donta Lucas is 315. Maurice Smith is only 301. Zane Herring is 312. Brady Scott's 317. Ira Henry's only 305. Schrader's 283. Baselli's the biggest lineman we got at 321, and Bavion's 307. We don't have a lot of size, man. We barely have anybody over 6'6". Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players listed at least 3'6". Excuse me, at least 6'6". Most guys are listed between 6'3" and 6'4", and on the low end of 300 pounds. I don't know.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable at the middle. I'm comfortable at the guards. It's the tackles, man. I know we picked up a dude in the portal. I'm really worried about the tackle spots. I know Norvell's going to bring at least 2 once everything opens up. I know I'll feel better. I'll feel better once everything opens up. I know Norvell's going to address that. It's the eyesore of the whole team. It's the weakest unit of the whole team. And you as a new coach, it got, the history. It got Willie Taggart fired. So that's going to be Norvell's key to keeping his job, is addressing his offensive line. I'm pretty sure he'll do fine. Imagine if it was like 1985 or something, where it wasn't no transfer portal. You had to go in and play with what you got.
Play with what you got.
Huh?
So yeah, you got to play with what you got.
Yeah, those days. That's why I think Norvell's in a lucky era. This is a lucky era for like the new coaches today. You can just go into. It's a free agency out there. It's a pool. So is the line even serviceable? I don't know. They got to be better. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how Norvell schemes it up. That's going to help a lot. But he has to get bodies in. We got to get. There's no way around it. We got to get bodies in, man. We got to get bodies. I don't see any scenario where he won't get bodies. I don't see it. There's enough to go around out there. There's enough. There's enough to go around, man.
I think the line, here's the thing. I think the line is serviceable, but you're going to need somebody, you're going to need some major progression. Someone's going to have improved from last year. And I don't mean someone that we haven't heard of, right? I don't mean like guys like Brady Scott, and we've seen them play. Yes, they can get better, but I'm saying we need a guy to really come out of the blue, like a Ira Henry maybe needs to show up and be, a great guard, or Chaz Neal needs to all of a sudden be really good at, we need a competent guy that one of these project guys that they've ended up picking up needs to amount to something, because if not, there's just no depth across the board. And one injury is going to shatter that entire offensive line.
Yeah, that's the worrisome thing, is the depth. But I do feel comfortable with the coaching staff. I mean,
I do too.
There's been plenty of teams I've seen in the past with like offensive lines that are just so bad, and the coach just schemes around it. I mean, it still putting points on the board. So you can't use that, especially in a big time school. You can't use that as an excuse, man, because coaches can work around that. I've seen it done. I've seen it done in the past by other programs. So, but I don't think our offensive line is as bad as it was 2018. I still refuse to believe that. Like with that opening night at Virginia Tech, I don't think the offensive line just has to be better just because it can't get worse than that.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you will see an improvement this year from the last 2 years, which ain't really saying much. I'm just being honest. But when you lose, Juwan Williams was probably the worst football player I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm just being honest. He was so bad. Losing Mike Arnold is a good thing. That dude didn't have a big work ethic. He was always overweight. So losing him, that's a good thing. I think the guys they eliminated from the roster is a plus. I just hope that I think you'll see a better product. Again, if we get an injury, I don't know how this offensive line can recover from that. Jared Williams helps though. If we can somehow get that kid from Houston That helps a lot.
Yeah, get by 2 of him at least. Let me go through some of these comments. Let's see. Keep Van Horn say offensive. Keep Van Horn says the offensive line is gonna shock the world. You heard it here first.
I hope so, man.
I hope you're right. Let's see. You can make him okay. He's talking about some of the stuff you were saying. Tyler Herring. What about the D line? We'll get to the D line another time. Every week we're gonna go on a different unit, different position group. We're gonna do that every week. We're gonna focus on the offensive line today, which needs a lot of addressing. So we should have a full show offensive line. They should be eating everything in the house, Tyler, with this lockdown. She have no problem. I put on weight. What's their excuse? God dang, man. We're gonna talk about tight ends too. That's another position group. Tyler, Wilson, Durden, Cooper. Okay. And we're gonna talk about defensive line. Yep, defensive ends. We're gonna get in all that. Not today, but we're gonna do it. Big Dog says, proud to be a Nole. Love what you guys are doing. Much respect and be safe. My Nole brothers, thank you for that, Big Dog. A lot of pocket movement, misdirection, EMG. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Noah Bell, a lot of misdirection, pocket. Yeah, rolling out. Right. There's many things you can do to make your offensive line serviceable. Many things. I ain't gonna say hate, that's a strong word, but I can't stand coaches like Jimbo and things like that who are just so stubborn and don't change the game plan up to suit the personnel. So Jimbo had a quarterback sitting back in the pocket, like Francois, for example, with offensive line like that, people pinning their earbacks, flying at, oh, by the way, Francois' career is over, by the way, thanks God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That injury ended Francois' career. Francois didn't even get drafted last. I found out yesterday that he didn't get drafted. His career is over. But anyway, you got to suit your personnel's strengths. So the offensive line's a weakness, roll the quarterback out. You know what I'm saying? Double team the edge with the tight end. It's many different things you can do. Have a play where a tight end can option block. Like, it's all types of things you can do, man. Wrinkles you can put in that'll keep the defense honest and they won't pin their ears back to each offensive line up. There's many things you can do. And you can even have the offensive line be proactive in attack. So many things. Crash them. Crashing. Remember last season, the offensive line was trying to crash? Oh, my God, man. That was so embarrassing. They were like diving at the guy's ankles and not touching anybody.
Because that's a technique. That's a technique they use when you can't block them. See, that's the thing. Like, I agree with you. There's a lot of different schemes. There's a lot of different plays. There's a lot of different formations and things like that you can call to help a bad offensive line. But I don't care. Eventually, you have to line up, and a man has to block another man. Eventually, you have to put hands on a man and block him. And until they can do that, you can only call so many screens and so many rolling outside the pocket and trying to cut the legs out. Like, eventually you got to be able to put your hat on a hat and block a dude. That's just the way it works. That's just the way football's always been.
I honestly believe if either it's this year or next year, the offensive line gonna break out. Either this season or next season. I feel offensive line is finally gonna be back to where we need to be to compete, like with better teams, with the upper echelon teams. I think our offensive line is going to be there either this year, which is, I'm hoping, but definitely I think next year, because that'll give Norvell time to get his recruits, develop what we got. You know what I mean? Norvell, I think, and get some portal guys. I think Norvell definitely next season. Now, this season, I don't know. But definitely one of these next two, we're going to see a decent offensive line that we can kind of be proud of, I think, in Florida State. William McMillan, all they got to do to help protect the quarterback is to let our running backs chip their best defensive tackle on each play. Yeah, that works. Yeah, but yeah, man. Now
You can chip the running back. I mean, listen, you can hold the running back in there. That's that's a technique that I think Jimbo. That's one of the things Jimbo used a lot was you had to know how to pass block to be a running back in Jimbo's offense. From what I've seen from Norvell, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, Norvell likes to use his running backs in more of a he likes to put his running backs out wide, catch pass. He likes to use them as weapons. I don't know if he's going to use them as a pass blocker. Because once you use a running back as a pass blocker, you take a weapon off the field, right? So it helps. It helps. But do you want your running back getting beat up every play, trying to block 290-pound, defensive tackles and defensive ends? I don't know. That's not a permanent solution. You got to get guys block, period. To what you were saying, though, Turn, I agree with you to some degree. Like this year, I think you'll see a better offensive line. If it breaks out, like if this year breaks out like you think, I'm going to tell you right now, FSU could win 10 games. And I'm not just saying because I'm a Florida State fan. One of the reasons I'm thinking more of a 8 games for me this year is because of this offensive line. But if this offensive line is legit, then this team can compete for the ACC. And I believe to compete for the ACC, you got to win 10 some odd games. You got to be in the running with Clemson. Got to be respectable. Because I don't see a weakness. There's only one other weakness on this team. That's quarterback. And I wouldn't necessarily call quarterback a weakness. I'd call it an unknown. As long as James Blackman don't start, it's an unknown. But I don't see another weakness on the team. And maybe I don't know if you do. You can address it. I don't quarterback and offensive line, but running back we're loaded. Receiver we're loaded. Defense is. I think the defense is going to carry us. Defense is going to be nasty this year. So I don't know I don't see a weakness on this team.
Me either. That's it. Yep. What we have?
Raymond says. I said Raymond James. He said DN maybe. I think pass rushing could be a weakness, Raymond. I think we have good run stopping DNs, but I think you might be right on the DN. I don't know if we have a legit pass rusher at the defensive end position, but that's about it on that defense. Everywhere else, that defense I think is loaded. So I think we have some guys in the secondary that maybe need to prove themselves, but I know that we know the talent's there. So we'll see.
We got Alabama guys all in our back end. We got Alabama boys that Alabama wanted. We got them all in our back end. We got like 2 or 3 guys that could have went to Alabama that we beat out because DBU, man.
Yeah,
we get DBUs. They fought us out trees. We always get DBs. It's been offensive line. We can't get. God dang it! It's always a DB committing us. It's like thank you, but damn, we only can get DB. That's it. God dang. Tyler Hedges says he agrees 100% Polk. If the O-line is a surprise, we can win 10 games. Yeah, we can win 10 games. We have a better offensive line coach in the last 2 years. Yeah, you're right. But man, Clements, out of that whole coaching staff, Clements was really proven. Like,
I don't think Clemens was a bad coach. I just don't know if he had the pieces to work with, to be honest with you.
That's the point I'm making. It don't matter how good your coach is if you're dealing with scrubs. It don't matter. I mean, Clements was a top 10 in the nation coach. He was turning 2 stars, 3 stars, and putting them in the NFL. He's a top 10.
Look, man. Bobby Bowden said it years ago. Bobby said it's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. You can have the greatest scheme in the world, but if you don't have the players, none of it even matters.
Nope. It don't mean nothing. I don't care how good of a coach you are, man. That don't mean nothing. But he is a good coach. Atkins is a good coach, though. We should have a good coach. Florida State. We should have good coaches. God dang. That's how Florida State. That's how we talking right now today. Oh, we got We supposed to. Florida State. This is one of the top jobs in America. Let's see. I know it hasn't seemed like it. What we've been hiring the last staff was, oh God. that secondary is stacked. There may be a problem with the starting. There may be a problem with starting time. Yeah. Ramon says, I only want to beat Clemson. Yeah, you might have to wait a few seasons for that.
Yeah, for real.
Michael Ayers says we cannot get no offensive lineman. I know it's annoying me, man, but we'll get him. A sad FSU fan said he's right. I think we would have been addressed and fixed a lot of stuff if it wasn't for this coronavirus. Any questions for Polk? Y'all got any questions about this offensive line only before I open the lines up?
Tyler said Kendo needs to step up. I agree. Like, if Kendo can turn into the 5-star that he was recruited as a pass rusher, that's going to help that defense a lot. I don't really want to talk too much about defense because we are offensive line, but we can talk about whatever. To be honest,
he looked good. He looked good before that injury. Was that him? That's the one guy looking good before he got hurt.
Yeah, Kendo has been hurt like the last 2-3 seasons.
He a big, tall, big, long dude too, man.
Like 6'7", 260. DN.
Man, he's big, man.
He'll stay healthy.
Dang. He was looking good before he got hurt last season. He was looking real good. I'm like, dang, how big is this dude? Goodness gracious. And he was a hard guy to block. He was hard. He looked good out there, man.
A sad FSU
he is a five-star.
Yeah, he was a 5-star. Matter of fact, he was the number 1 defensive end in the nation when he came out. He came out the same class as Marv.
Last season, a couple of plays, he flashed out. He looked like it. He looked the part in in a couple games.
Kendo was in that same class as Marvin Wilson and Cam Akers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, but we still got him. That's what I'm saying, man. Norvell got a lot of talent, man. Norvell did a lot with less. He did a lot with less at Memphis. A lot more with less. But
to answer your question, sad FSU fan, from what I'm hearing, Lucas should be ready for the summer. He was going to miss the spring, but he should be ready for fall workouts and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Ramon James, this is for you, Polk. He says, how about their strength and conditioning coach on the offensive line?
So I know the new strength and conditioning coach is James Storm, and all I've ever heard is good stuff about James Storm. So, here's the thing. I think people want instant results. So if you've ever played sports or lifted weights, you don't get swole in 2 months, right? You're not going to see the results from the weight and conditioning program in 5 months. You'll see it for next year's players and the year players after that. Some of these guys on this roster, they're just going to be what they are. You know what I mean? So we got to wait for that stuff to take effect. You don't gain muscle in 3 weeks. That stuff is built over time. It takes a while to sculpt the body the right way. So it'll be a year or two before we see really the fruits of that labor from a strength and conditioning standpoint, in my opinion. Unless they start feeding them boys like horse steroids, then who knows? Start giving them Alabama. What was Alabama giving their players? Deer antler spray or whatever they was calling it. We start doing that. Hey, all bets are off.
Wow. Deer antler spray.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Man, it was like a couple of years ago. There was a report of Alabama players using deer antler spray or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Talk about football fanatics, man. Out there in Alabama, they some fanatics.
Yeah, that whole state that's all they got is football. So they, they'll do anything.
Yeah. That's true. Let's see, more questions. I hope we get a proven quarterback. Eric says, I think we're good at quarterback. We might have to go through some growing pains, but we'll be good for years to come at quarterback. Yeah, Kano's healthy, can be scary. Good question for Polk. Tyler says, what kind of play calls do you think will help mask the weakness of the offensive line?
Anything quick, anything that doesn't take a long time to develop. So I saw someone put, RPOs. See, the problem with the RPO offense is that can take. You have to have different disciplined offensive linemen in an RPO, because the trick with the RPO is the offensive linemen, they look like they're run blocking in a passing situation. But if you know anything about the rules of football, you can't go in a pass. You can't go I think it's like 3 or 5 yards downfield as a lineman, or now you're an ineligible receiver. So if you go back and watch Willie Taggart's offense, and I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm just giving an example. I'm really not trying to talk bad. I'm just giving an example. A lot of times FSU would have ineligible players downfield because those offensive linemen have to be disciplined, and they cannot go. They have to know where they are, or if they go too far, that's an ineligible receiver downfield. So the RPO can help, but the guys have to be coached right to play it.
Mm-hmm. You gave me PTSD when you said, I had a flashback when you said the penalties with the illegal man down the field. Oh, I get mad every time I hear that. How many times I called back because of that? Under Taggart.
And that's what I'm saying. Hey. I'm not trying to throw shade. I mean, Taggart's gone. I don't need to go back on that. I'm just giving an example. Yeah, so RPO can help, but the guys have to be coached right. I would say anything short, not screen passes, just getting the ball out to the receivers as quick as possible, stuff like that. That's how I would mitigate a bad offensive line. But again, I just go back to what I said earlier, because I'm a firm believer of this. At the end of the day, you can only call so many plays. Player Y has to be able to block player X. It's really just that simple, You just got to be able to be a man, put your hands on them, and hold them for a little bit. So, but there are things. There are certain plays. I mean, screen passes, quick slants, any kind of quick developing play. Obviously, running the ball always helps the offensive line. Those type of things.
Yeah. We're pretty good at run block. Well, nah, I can't say that. That was on the Dalvin Cook. Nah, we wasn't good at run blocking last year. Nah. That was the one thing Florida State could do, kind of, before. Now, 2018. Now, 2018 was bad, too. Now, we haven't had a good run blockers in 2 years. Oh, all right. Time goes fast. My memory be bad sometimes. Yeah, our run blocking is horrendous. Hopefully it gets better. It's gonna be a different type of running game this year, though. It's not gonna be that gimmicky stuff. So we should, yeah. See, like when we was in pro style in 2017. Seemed like we were pretty good.
I mean,
in pro style, run blocking wise. So our guys suit that, are fitted for that better anyway. So. Let's see, which would be good for Norvell. Tyler says, I remember, deer antler spray. I used it in high school for baseball. It works. 5 minutes.
Damn.
Baseball. It doesn't take that long. Wild Hog says, coming from a diehard point of view, they just have to be dogs on the line. Yep.
Eventually,
we look.
Yeah.
I
was just saying, eventually, you just got to have good players.
Arizona State had a good defense, though, no-blooded. The offensive line was trash. The offensive line was worse than ours. That's why I thought we should have won that game. The offensive line was way worse, way smaller, everything. But their defense was really stout, really good. They're one of the top 15 defense in the country. But we still should have beat them. Yeah, but we couldn't block up front. We couldn't block them. And Blackman threw 6 pigs. That didn't help. They actually gave Blackman time. I've noticed that game. They gave Blackman a lot of plays. He had time.
If you go back, and this was a while ago, but I did a reaction to that Arizona State game on my channel. They didn't give up a sack. If I remember correctly, Arizona State did not get one sack in that game. Blackman was just throwing the ball all over the field. You know what I mean? But the offensive line played its best game probably in the Arizona State game.
Oh, man. Their offensive line, I remember watching that, like, man, their offensive line is horrible. They look like high school kids out there. Worse than us, that's saying something. Wild Hog says, we have looked good. We've showed flashes of greatness, but consistency is the key. Any more questions out there, people, for Polk? Any questions? We had nobody running backs putting up okay numbers. Our running back's gonna be good, man. I was watching LaDamian Webb, the highlight tape I put up one of my videos yesterday. Man, he's nice. Number one JUCO running back.
I like all our running backs, and I like them. They all bring something different too. Like Jayshon Corbin, Laybourne, Webb. I like all of them.
Yeah, a lot of potential. 2013, the line was beat up, I think, but those guys was on point. That game was all on Blackman. All right, y'all. Hit the like button, please, folks. This is Nole night. You got Polk County and Turn-Tally. We're bringing you the Nole news. We're talking about offensive line. Every week, we're going to come back here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Make sure you remember that. Put it in your calendar, share. I'm opening up lines. I put the number in the chat, 172-737-7852. Keep asking questions. We'll address the chat, or you can call in on the phone. On the phone, lines open right now. Ask some questions. Talk about anything, but try to keep it mostly on. We'll answer everything else too, but just try to keep it mostly on offensive line for tonight. Here's a question. Do you think the 2020 recruits will come in and help the team immediately?
Depends on which ones we're talking. A guy like Demore Tate, yeah. None of the offensive line recruits, I'm not sold on any of them. But if we go down a list of recruits, yeah, I'm sure there's some 2020 guys that's going to help the team immediately. Just off the top of my head, Chubba Purdy's probably one of the big ones, right? Chubba, Brian Robinson, our wide receiver, he's going to get an opportunity. I already mentioned Demore Tate. I don't know if I'm probably missing some guys, but there's going to be a few guys.
Well, I guess you would have to add in the transfers too, though.
If you add in the transfers.
Oh, yeah, a lot of transfers. Yeah. I like the JUCO guys because he pretty much dominated. He dominated that level. Right.
Damian Webb's gonna help immediately. Miko Dotson from FAU.
I like him.
He's gonna get a chance to play right off the bat. So we got some guys.
I like his tape a lot. I like that dude, man.
Yeah,
that's not too much of a drop off. That's not too much of a drop off in competition. Like as far as Miko Dotson goes, he didn't play like Division I top. You know what I'm saying? But I think he got the goods. I think he got the goods. Yeah, I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll fit right in. I think he will. I don't know if he'll be starting. Oh yeah, that's another thing I just thought of about the height. We be getting some short corners, man. That's been a trend.
Who we got that
commits and everything. They're all like five.
I know Asante undersized.
Yeah, we got some commits that are undersized, man. I read an article on it the other day.
Yeah,
we've been getting like under.
Kevin Knowles is like only 5'10".
Yeah, that's what I mean.
think Hunter Washington is 6 feet though. I think.
Is he?
I think
6 feet is NFL. That's like NFL, right? Measurements. That's what they're looking for usually. Yeah, 6 feet, 6'1". We've been going under average. Let's see. That's a good defensive back with the O-line recruits. Yeah. I got more news on my recruitment. Okay, Jalen, tell us in the chat about your recruitment, man. Travis J will be a contributor. Tyler, have you heard about? What's that?
What class is Jalen in? Jalen the King. He said he's got news on his recruitment.
He's 20. He's 20. I think he told me 23.
What position he play?
Running back and corner. Oh, 2025. I'm sorry, Jalen. Running back and corner.
Okay.
He wants to be a running back. 2025. My memory's bad. Tell us about it. Tell us in the chat what's going on, man. Who's trying to get you? I know. Yeah, don't. I think you said. Did you say Miami was trying to? You got
How
some
big are you,
Miami.
What, Jalen? What's your measurables? Put your measurables in the chat, man. How big are you? How much you weigh?
2025. So he'd be like in that age, like a middle school. Here's a question for you, Polk, from Tyler. Have you heard about Ezra Miller? Iowa transfer seems to be interested in FSU.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
It rings a bell. I remember that name, but I don't know anything else. I remember that name.
I can look him up for you, Tyler, and I'll see. I'll look him up for you, see what I can find. But
I've heard of that name.
Jalen,
what about the O-line?
5'7", 180. Okay, Jalen.
Yeah, he way more than me, man.
And you're the class of 2025. That means you are in 8th grade. What is it?
Dang.
Hey,
yeah, you a big boy.
You a big boy, yeah. By the time you graduate, man, you should be 200 pounds.
Is that muscle? Good God, man. I saw he was on the live stream, 2 days ago. He's a big dude, man. 180.
You got a highlight tape? I want to see it. Show me a highlight. You got a highlight tape?
Yeah, you need to put that out.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You need to put that out. That's all muscle. Yeah, I can tell it's all muscle because I looked at you. You don't look 180. You don't look 180, so I know it's got to be muscle. Goodness gracious. So 2025, that's what, 5 years from now? So yeah, that's middle school. That's like you like in 7th to 8th grade. Yeah, you gotta put that tape out, Jalen. He said you'll be a 4-star, don't worry. Right? Or he could be like Miko Dotson. And start on somewhere, and it's about how you start, it's how you finish.
I mean, he already got the size,
Yeah. Wild Hog says, "Oh, you asking me? What's up?" I'll let Polk answer. I'll say something, but what's up with Carolina LeBron? What you mean? Like, he needs to step up. But go ahead.
He on the team. He's healthy. He's got no excuses this year. That's what's up with him.
Yep.
And the amount of depth we have at the running back position right now, you don't step up, you'll get left.
Yeah, he gonna get left. Yeah, you can't play around this year. All that getting in trouble. Wait, he smoked weed before. All
that. You don't step up, you'll get left. Jayshon Corbin biting at his heels. That's the next guy. Damian Webb biting at his heels. Even some of the freshmen like a Toafili or Corey Wren or Jakai Douglas. All those guys, they right there to take that spot. Laborn either gonna step up or he gonna get left.
Yep. He can't be playing around with Mike Norvell's different. He can't play around with him. Norvell will kick him off the team, man. He can't be doing all that silly stuff he's been doing. He has a history of doing that, man. getting in trouble and stuff. I remember he was suspended before the bowl game in Shreveport 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, he was suspended. He didn't play in the Arizona State game, I think, because of a suspension.
God dang, yeah, Norvell ain't gonna put up with that, man. He need to get it together. He got all the talent in the world too. Norvell ain't playing that, man. He better get it together. Maybe he needs somebody like Norvell to get in his ass. Maybe he needs that. Maybe the guys are too nice and friendly with him, trying to be his friend and all that stuff. Maybe he needs that kind of father figure, role model type.
Yeah.
Jalen said he got the phone with some D3 school. he said some D3 school. You got plenty of time, Jalen. Just put the work in. You got plenty of
time, Jalen. Jalen got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time, man.
Keep working on your game.
Yep. Go to the camps, put your work in, you'll be fine. Keep Van Horn. A young man is only going to do what authority allows him to do. He's in a good position. He's the number one back. Oh, he's the number one back? Is he? You saw?
Starting spring, he was number one. But like I said, he's going to produce or not.
It's some good backs, man. I don't know. It's some good backs. I ain't saying who started. I can't say who started running back. We got some good ones. Can't say that. I don't know.
I think Ja'Shawn Corbin's going to sneak in there and get that spot.
Yeah, he's nice. He's proven. He's the most proven one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was good at Texas. So, yeah, he the most proven. Ezra Miller is an offensive tackle, 6'6", 310 pounds, out of Iowa in the transfer portal. Oh, I heard about him. That's why. Okay. Atkins followed on Twitter. See, we gonna get some boys, man. I think we gonna be happy in a couple, if not a couple days, a week or two. I think we're gonna be a little happy.
Let me look him. I'm gonna look him up. Let me see. How long he been in Cuba?
I heard about him transferring about a month or so ago. Yeah, Florida State is on him. That's what I'm saying, man. Norvell is not playing. He ain't playing, man. Yeah, Norvell on him too, right? Yep. And he on Jared Williams. I think he on more than just them. He got to be on more than just that on two people, because just in case he say no. They was even on that guy that went to Miami. They was on him, Isaiah Washington. They was zooming him. They working, man. I know it's quiet, but wait till this wait till everything opens up. We might screw around and get four tackles or something. Because Norvell knows it's a problem. Because why would he get rid of like Jawan Williams right at the gate, Mike Arnold, Christian Meadows? Well, Christian Meadows was like what, an injury?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? Because he had something planned. He had something planned on that. Because we can get rid of players now because of the APR is high. The APR is fine now. So we can move people right on out. Jelly the King says, can I commit to FSU now? I wish Kalon would step up. Yep. Keith Van Horn said, I'm still looking forward to seeing wide receiver Warren Thompson. Yeah, we're going to get on wide receivers at another time. But, yeah, Warren Thompson he need to break out this year. He need to step up. Jalen says he didn't go to FSU, but a Derrick Henry type of guy. Any more questions, people?
Jalen, you think you Derrick Henry? You be running guys over like that?
Hey. Oh, okay.
Jalen just said he's Derrick Henry with a little bit of Dalvin Cook.
He got the size. Good gracious.
Jalen, if you was anything like that, we need to give you a scholarship right now.
Run you over. Let's see. Yeah, he gonna make moves, Duval. John Gelsey. Hey, Turntally, can you tell the person streaming with God bless him and thank your service? My twin is a Marine in Air Force. Yeah, you can tell him. Frank says that to you, Pope.
Hey, appreciate it, man. God bless you too.
People keep it on saying people sleeping on wide receiver Wilson, number 80. He came from the same school Terry did. Yeah, he nice. Is that Ontario Wilson? Yeah, I forgot about that dude, man. I forgot about him because of the injury. Yeah, he was breaking out. Dang, he was breaking out. Ontario got nice hands. Ontario is nice. I forgot about him. I like Ontario Wilson, man. I call him Mr. Dependable. If that ball is within any 5 foot radius, he pulls them in. He don't drop nothing. He don't drop nothing. Dalvin Cook. Tyler says I'm excited to see Brian Robinson. Yeah, we loaded that wide receiver. Wild Hog, he beefing himself up. Can you believe Terry was only a 3-star? Yeah, yeah.
Remember when they, just a quick story, I think you know about that, Turnt, but when they signed Terry, they were actually going to look at Ontario Wilson to play corner. Ontario Wilson is who they wanted to play corner. Those two were a package deal because they were best friends or whatever. But when they went down there, they was like, man, who is this 6'3" 3-star right here? So they offered Terry too. Terry turned out to be, the better player or whatever, but they kind of fell on Tamarion Terry kind of by accident.
I think Terry's better gifted, but if you look at route running and hands and all around, Ontario Wilson is solid, man. I don't know. Terry's better because he's naturally gifted. He's just tall and running him off speed. Yeah. But Ontario he's nice. I forgot about him.
He's good. He's good. We'll see what he does. And that wide receiver room is loaded.
It is, man. It is. I like Ontario a lot before he got hurt. I'm like, damn, this dude, who is this dude? He was balling before he got injured, man. I thought he was. I'm like, wow, he about to take over the team. He's making plays, man. I think it was an NC State game. He's balling. And then he had another good one, and then he got hurt. He just was coming. He was getting consistent. And that was under Taggart, too. Polk County, how many recruits? Wild Hog says, Polk County, how many recruits came from down there? I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe you do.
Down where?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Must was something you said. Probably it's, I don't know. Oh, maybe when you said when he got Terry in a package deal. Yeah. So where Terry and Wilson come from, how many recruits came from down there, you know? I don't know. You guys, he go for Polk. You guys, tell us about defense. How good do you think the linebackers will be? With all the cornerback controversy, what would that room be like?
If Turnt want to go into the defense for a little bit, we can. I mean, we're gonna do shows dedicated to like each position, but I don't have a problem with if you just want to talk about the defense off the cuff. I don't have an issue with it. It's up to Turnt.
Yeah, just give a brief summary, like general answers. Don't go like,
So to answer your question, Wild Hog, come like directly, I think the linebackers are going to be much improved. I thought Emmett Rice, he came on by the end of last year. I like Amari Gaynor a lot. He's turning into a beast, man. If you don't, go watch that guy's workout videos. Amari Gaynor's a beast.
30 pounds of muscle, they say.
Man, and he looks like it. Like, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but he looks like it. He's still moving really quick in his workout videos. That cornerback room is going to be loaded. Some guys are not going to play, so that'd be interesting to see. But the defense, I think I said it earlier on, I expect the defense to carry this team. I really do.
That's a good thing. What quad are you in? PC EMG says.
What quad? What are you talking about?
I thought you knew. I don't know. Any questions, y'all? Family can use a cell phone. Start from there. You got time. Keeps. Oh, you talking about somebody else? Our defense will give up less than 21 points per game. Take it to the bank. I don't know about it. I don't know.
They got the potential to. We just have to see how they're used. But they have the potential to, be elite, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, not many defenses can boast that they have 3 of the top 10 defensive tackles on the same roster.
That's true.
Marvin Wilson's a top 10 player next year. Like, I think Hampton Nazeldine's a first round caliber safety. Like, I don't know too many defenses that can talk about the talent that they have. We just got to see it being put into place.
Right. Josh Griffin at defensive end, watch him too. Yeah, I like Josh Griffin a lot, man. He's growing up.
I like Griffin too.
Yeah.
Odell compared him to Bjorn Warner.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if he lives up to that.
We'll see. I like him. Keith Van Horn says defense less than 17 points a game.
Y'all
see. That's crazy. That's a little crazy. Okay. Crazy. 21 was even hard for me to go with. Right. You putting up 1993 Florida State National Championship team. It was 17. They rating around 17 points a game.
If that defense can do that, then this team wins 10, 11 games easy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know about that. A first year defensive coach too. Like, I don't know. That's hard. We'll see. John said just smashed in at 23. What's going up in here? Turn. Sorry, I'm late. You guys have to rewind and watch it over. He did a whole full breakdown. It's in the beginning of the offensive line, roster, injuries, recruiting news. It's about 20, 30 minutes long. He went on. Just go to the beginning, watch it over. But right now, we just answering questions. You got any questions? Just ask and we'll answer for you, Don. The new roster for FSU will be better, nastier defense, but a little more work in progress on the offense. But FSU defense will win the games this year. Yeah, Gator is the new Burns. We'll see. Gator and Rice are both true head hunters. Those boys can hit. What's up with Danby? Shador Sanders? He's going to Texas or something. He's going to play in Texas.
Yeah, I think
Wild Hog.
After we lost Taggart, I think we kind of lost that. I mean, Deion's going to always be a Nole, but I'm not too sure his son's going to come here now.
No, he's trying to get his son to the NFL, man. We haven't been doing a good job of that. So I can't blame him. Wild Hog says, my bad. Let's talk about the O-line. How many new O-lines did we get? None yet. I don't know if Polk wants to answer that, or you just watch the beginning of the video. It's up to you.
None. Except for, we got Jake Slaughter. That's the only offensive line commit we have so far. So.
Yeah. And we don't really got him because they're looking at getting somebody else because he might be flipping into Gators.
He grew up a Gator fan, so.
Yeah. The staff looking at him to flip, so don't be surprised if he flipped, but they already got somebody in the wing.
Yeah.
That's just exactly the same size and everything. Like a clone. I agree with Polk County. No, defensive line will be strong for the team where our offense catches up. Ask Polk, are we going to beat Miami this year?
Should have beat them the last 2 years. I mean, come on.
I know.
I don't believe the Miami hype. I just do not. Don't believe
You're right. We damn sure should. They know it. Miami didn't expect to win that game last year. The fans went to that game knowing they was going to lose. They didn't expect to win that game.
We had no business losing to that caliber of a Miami team the way we did last year. That's why your boy got fired right after, because that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
We had no business losing that game.
No.
We have to win. Now we're in the position where we have to. This is probably, I think it's the second biggest game of the year. It's like a must win. We have to beat Miami this year. We have to.
Yeah,
There's no way around it.
You can't lose to a team that loses to FIU and Louisiana Tech in the same season. Come on.
No. We have to beat them this year. And the good thing about we're in Miami, they're not going to have any home field advantage, which is good for us. And usually we do all right in Miami. We have to win because it's going to have, recruiting implications and how long we're going to be rebuilding for. If we beat them, it'll speed it up. But if we lose, we're just going to be in the same old hamster wheel, it feels like, just churning our feet, not going forward. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm saying is a must win. We gotta beat them and make some progress and show it on the field. We have to beat them. It's been 3 years now. So there's no reason. We're due. All through the history of the rivalry, whenever a team gets on a little roll, 2-3 wins, usually the other team wins. This is the way it's been. So we are way overdue.
I wouldn't have a problem losing Miami if they were just a better team. They are not they haven't been the better team. We've been blowing them games like
not even close.
That's what I'm saying, man.
POSITION.RECRUITING. What about the quarterback position? Will it get better? Frank says, Polk. Hope so. I don't see how it can't. Why haven't we seen any new footage of practice or anything? Wild Hog says.
They're not practicing. There's no.
No.
The only videos you can catch is guys doing their own individual workouts. So like I know Marvin Wilson, Amari Gaynor, those guys have been training with I forget the guy's name, but they've been training and they've been putting out workout videos. But there's no organized team practices yet. Not until June 1st, I think, is when there'll be the college. I know that's when the SEC did it. I think the ACC agreed to let the colleges open up in June. But that's
yeah. Ramon says, Polk County, could you go over the young man who said if FSU got, he could change offensive line? I think who are you talking about? What guy though?
I think you're talking about Jared Williams. He's the Houston transfer, offensive tackle from Houston.
Okay.
And that guy, he didn't play last year because of injury. But in his last full starting year, he graded out in like the high 70 percentile, which is way better than any FSU lineman we got right now. So he solidifies the tackle position, in my opinion, if we pick him up, and allows maybe you can move Darius Washington to guard, which I think a lot of people think he's more natural fit anyway. So I just think bringing him in allows the entire O-line to move certain pieces, put guys in their more natural position, and it just helps the depth, So, but that's what I was talking about with Jared Williams.
All right, thanks for that. Mike says that defense is going to be a top 15. I can see that. Jenna King says, Polk and Turn, can you guys give me a StreamYard interview? Oh, today? Give us a little time. We're just going to go through this right today, Jalen. Just give us a little time, because it's no night. I'm trying to keep this kind of like, I'm trying to keep it like a little, I want to say professional. I want to keep it kind of professional. I don't want it to be, because I'm laid back every other day of my life. So this night I want to keep it like on a format. I want to keep it formatted because it'll bring a different demographic of fans in. That's what I'm trying to do here. So it's nothing personal to you, but we probably do that. We might do that another night, Jalen. Nothing personal, but just I want to keep it kind of strict on Tuesday nights. It's the only night. Every other night, anything goes. John says, my question is, will we get a makeup spring game?
I doubt it. But you'll probably get a fall. You'll probably get a fall game. Now the question is, will they broadcast the fall game? Because look, they do a fall game every year too. You just don't broadcast it because everybody's expecting it. Like spring game is always a big deal because there's nothing football related around the springtime. So that's why they can broadcast it and it gets a lot of ratings. They might do that for fall this year. So you'll probably get something like that in the fall, but I don't know if you'll call it a make-up spring game. It's just going to be their typical routine during the fall.
Okay. What we got? Miami's garbage. Okay, here we go. What do you think? Tyler says, what do you think of Adam Fuller's scheme?
4-2-5. That's the same scheme that Pruitt ran when he was here for that 1 year. But I like the 4-2-5. I like the 4-2-5.
I like it. Oh, you just made me happier with that statement. I like Pruitt a lot.
Fuller runs the 4-2-5. That's, if you don't know, 4 down linemen, 2 backers, and a nickel back on the field, which would be I think is going to fit that. That's a safety / linebacker type of hybrid role, which is that fifth DB. So I like it though. Like again, that's what we ran. If you remember that national championship season, we ran 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and we had Joyner as that nickel back / what did we call it? We call it the star position. Yeah. We had Lamarcus Joyner there, and the rest is history. So that's what Fuller runs, a very similar scheme to Pruitt. So I mean, I'll be excited to see those guys in something like that.
Flying around the field, yeah. I like the star position. You put your best athletic corner there, boy. I love that position. Adami said, well, Duval says Miami is garbage. Whatever Miami does, we will beat Miami. I don't think King will turn things around. I don't think so. He just wants to go to South Beach. I'm even impressed to say King won't even get drafted. He won't. They're not going to draft a 5 foot.
Too small.
5 foot. What, 8? He's not going to the NFL. He knows that. He knows that himself. Frank Bell says, oh, okay, here you go, Pope. What teams do you see FSU losing to this year?
I don't have the schedule in me right in front of me. But off the top of my head, so we'll go Clemson right off the bat, right? Other than Clemson, it's tough for me to say because I gotta see how we look. But we can beat West Virginia. Right? We can beat West Virginia. Boise will be a tough game because that's going to be at Boise. And Boise's always a well-coached.
I'm gonna cut you off. Sorry, real quick about Boise. I listened to a podcast 2 days ago, and it's a coin flip. Even if the game's even going to happen, Boise's doing really good with their infections and stuff, and they might only be playing teams in that over there, so in their conference or whatever. So it's a 50-50. I'm thinking it's leaning towards the podcast guy too. That game's not going to happen. That what they're going to do, which I would be very happy about, is if they just took our non-conference games and threw them in the trash and we played conference games. So it might just be like Georgia Tech instead of Boise State, or Virginia Tech instead of West Virginia. So I just want to put it out there. I just heard about this a few days ago. I just want to put that out there. But go ahead with you.
No, that's a good one. That's a good piece of information. 2, that's a good point. Like our schedule is completely different from what we think it's going to be because, like you just said, we could just end up playing conference games. I also heard a scenario where the ACC and the SEC might link up and just play each other. So there's a lot of conferences talking a lot of different scenarios. So yeah, it's hard to say who we'll lose to. You know, I think obviously Clemson There's no way we don't play the Gators. There got to be a tough game. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's going to be tough to see. But we'll see how the schedule actually plays out. But other than Clemson, man, and maybe Florida, you can't tell me a team that's just more talented than us. So I have a hard time. That doesn't mean I think we're going to win 10, 11 games because obviously upsets happen and all of that. It's just hard for me to say who I think we'll lose to, though, because I can't think off the top of my head. I don't think of any teams being flat out better except for Clemson and maybe Florida.
You got to see game one. That's where I'm at. I got to see game one. Ever since that Virginia Tech debacle, because ever before Virginia Tech, I was always like, yeah, you know, we always win the season opener. I'm like, yeah. After that debacle, a big dose of reality said it. Like, okay, I better just wait until I get all hyped up and see what we got first before I make predictions. First game is gonna tell us everything we need to know. Well, maybe second game. Wild Hog says, "Oh, I skipped Michael Ellis." Michael Ellis says, "Enjoy the show, man. Usually working on Tuesday nights." Yeah, I'm glad you made it, man. I knew you would enjoy it, Mike. Wild Hog says, "Holy crap, that punch is going to hurt. We need to be together building chemistry. Mike Norvell has to be what they need. We need a whole new flavor in the Kool-Aid pitcher." You can't call the number. Go ahead. What you say, Pope?
I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the number is 1-727-375-2.
I want a hug.
Says 425 is good. Oh. The linebackers appear weak. Defensive backs are stronger. We can go nickel. We can go nickel. Okay. Yeah, Davey. Yeah. He ain't no Kyler Murray. No, he's not. Talk about Derek King. Michael Ayers says, "That's what I played in high school, 4-2-5. Yeah, I like that defense a lot. Clemson, UF, Louisville, North Carolina State. We beat Boise. We do well out. Something. Clemson, UF, Louisville. Oh, that's are those the losses? Yeah, those are losses, he's saying. NC State.
I don't see us losing to Louisville or NC State. Like those teams aren't good in my opinion. So I don't.
NC State is bad.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Louisville's all that good. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Other than Clemson and UF, every other game is, you know. I got to see us play. I got to see how we look first.
I think they got us losing to Louisville. They got us losing to Louisville because I think people just don't trust Florida State. And can you blame them? They just don't trust Florida State.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's all it is. That's why they have Louisville beating us, ESPN and everybody. Because Louisville looked decent. Look, they did have some decent games, man. They got a beast running game. They a smash mouth old school team. We're best suited for stopping the run. That's our thing. So I'm thinking, like, what else they got besides that? They one dimensional. We stop that, and we can score some points. I mean, we can beat them. I'm not intimidated of Louisville at all. I don't, NC State, definitely, I'm not. Come on, we beat them last 2 seasons with what we had. Look at those teams we had, and we still beat them.
Yeah.
Like, we not losing to NC State. Like, I can't see that one. Keith Van Horn, defense, safety, free safety, who you got? We got good corners. I don't know if that's a question.
I think he's trying to say, like, who would I put at those positions?
Okay.
Hamza at strong. I put Hamza Nasruddin at strong. I'm thinking Travis J at free safety. And their corners are going to be your boy from FAU, Miko, Asante, and Dent. I think they'll rotate those 3 guys.
Boy, that's some good boys. That's a ball hawks. Hopefully we get back to DBU, man. Marvin Wilson shaking up that middle, man, we should be nice, man. What up, Irv Gotti? Yeah, I got excited too when that podcast, a sad FSU fan, when that podcast guy said Georgia Tech conference game stuff. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about play. want a revenge game on Boise State.
How cool would
But I
it
can care
be?
less.
How cool would it be to play Georgia Tech and Purdy's the starter and Jeff Sims is the starter?
That's
That'd be
what
kind
I'm
of cool.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I would rather play conference games. I don't care about Boise State. I want to get a revenge. I know you do too. I want revenge on them, but I can care less if we ever play them again. I don't care.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see us play like North Carolina too. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I would rather those games. That might just happen. That might just happen.
Plus, I would love to see
that
Clemson before Miami.
Put up 70 points again.
Yeah.
Brian Hill says X's and O's break down Adam's scheme perfectly. Yeah, but so does Polk can do that too, though. Don says, I hope Mike Norvell will be the next Nick Saban. Yeah. We need to avenge the Michael Ellis says, who do y'all see starting at running back?
I said earlier, I think Jay Sean's gonna pull that one out. I think Jay Sean Corbin's gonna be the number one guy. And that's not a knock on Laybourne, but I like Corbin.
Mm-hmm. I heard that too. Turned all ACT gaming Gators. Yeah, it might just be that. I would be excited about that. I would love to play these conference games. I don't care, man. I would like that. Like Keith Van Horn says, if he does well, a man Don. Well, you know, NFL is calling me the head coach to stay at least 5. You're talking to somebody else about Norvell. 10 wins, here we come. Big Dog says, why can't we be the team that upsets people? Or all agree we all agree we have the talent. Okay, we got a phone call. 1850, you on the line live. What's up?
Going on, TURNTTALLY? It's Michael Ellis.
Bill. What's up, Michael Ellis in the damn building? No blood raw. What's going on?
Oh yeah, I've been sitting here chilling, sipping on some gin, watching the show.
Yes, sir.
Polk County got some good info.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. I usually work on Tuesday night, but getting closer to football season, kids getting closer to come to campus. Man, it's getting more exciting every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm like you guys, I don't care if we play Boise or anybody else. I'll play Bay High School. I don't care who it is. I just want to play.
I know you're right. That's true too. That's true too. That's true. I have a special piece of my heart when I hit Georgia Tech. It's just a history of just the ACC. I was playing them. I always had a soft spot for like Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Virginia. I mean, we used to play UVA every year.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm the same with y'all on that.
So go ahead.
But we got to play the Gators and we got to play Miami. You know, we have to play those two.
Yeah.
But other than that, we can go more into the conference, pick up North Carolina, Georgia Tech. Some of those guys we don't play as much.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
back in the 90s, we always played North Carolina back in the 90s.
Right.
I went to plenty of games from 92 to 99 when I had season tickets. I always loved watching them. North Carolina was always a pretty good team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
like that color.
For the first time.
What was that, Pope?
Oh, tell me you like that powder blue color TURNTTALLY.
I do like it. I ain't gonna lie. I do.
Yeah, I can't say I didn't either. I used to like it.
I like that color, man. I do.
Like him. I always liked Virginia. I always liked Virginia's mascot, Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Seeing that I'm a rebel myself, I always like that.
Yeah. I
just wanted to call in. I hadn't called in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I'm just want to say hey, and I want to welcome aboard Polk County. He's got a lot of insight and a lot of knowledge. I went ahead and subscribed to his channel where I can check up on him too.
Yes, sir.
But let's just keep it lit. I'm gonna lay back and watch some more. And I'll see y'all soon. No blood.
No blood. Wow. Thanks for all the support, Mike. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, you know I'll be there for you. I'm out.
Peace, peace. That's my good old Mike Ellis, man. He supports me, man. Really does. It's the biggest supporter of the channel, man.
Good.
Not even close. Supporter.
Sound like a good guy.
I really appreciate. He appreciates the hard work. I do put a lot of work in.
Hey, this just in, folks. We got breaking news.
Uh-oh.
I just reached 100.
Give me some good. Oh, okay. You know what I was thinking? We got tackled.
No. No.
That's all I was thinking. That's all I was thinking.
I reached 100 subscribers.
Damn it. But good. Congratulations. But that's not what I was hoping for. But yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, you gonna trust me. It's gonna be beneficial for both our channels, man. It's gonna take it off. And if you're serious, if you want to make your channel like, cause I took a course, like it's free stuff all over YouTube, information. You know, guys, you can watch if you're really serious about making your channel grow, be big, whatever. Yeah. If you serious, you want your channel to be, I can give you some stuff. Hold on a second. There's a Bucks, your style, right? Real quick. I know people like, we don't want to talk about this. I gotta find his channel. But there's a Bucks channel. It's a white dude. Now I don't know the name of the channel. Is it Buck What You Heard? I think it's Buck What You Heard. He's analytical like yourself, right? He's got a really big following. Like, let me see. It's not Buck What You Heard. I can't remember, but I'm gonna shoot you a link when we get offline, right?
Yeah.
And he's the style that you should have. Of course, you should be yourself. Be yourself, right? Of course. But have his type of, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because what I did was, I don't know if you ever heard of this guy called Oprah Sigfusson. He's a basketball, like, NBA big channel. He got like 6 million subscribers. He inspired me. If you look at his channel, he's crazy and all over the place, kind of like I am. I don't know, some people in here would know who I'm talking about. His name's Oprah. I guess he's an Oprah fan or something, I don't know. But he's got like 6 million subscribers. He has a green screen. He inspired me to do what I'm doing. But he's crazier than I am. He's like, but he's got like 6 million. This guy, when I think of him, I think of you. And he has a setup where he just sits there with the mic. He has a man cave, and he's always just analytical. There's no crazy stuff. I gotta remember. Let me see, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's got a really good channel. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. We'll get back to it real quick. I'm just trying to poke out right here. Is it Bucks Nation? Mr. Bucks Nation? I think it's Mr. Bucks Nation. I think I found it. Yeah, he's good, man. You need to watch him. Just watch him to get some, and just make it fit it. Yeah, fit it to your style.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Hold on. My computer freezing up. I think it's Mr. Bucks Nation. Come on. Yeah. Mr. Bucks Nation. So it's MRBUCS Nation, all one word. Yeah. Watch it. Watch that and get some. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Where we at? Tyler, UNC would be a good win. I love to beat Howard after what he did. Yeah. William McMillan says, well, it's not really his fault. That's Taggart's fault, man. That's actually Taggart's fault. That's not the kid's fault. The kid played the game. Taggart should have had a backup plan. That's even good. Yeah, that's not that kid's fault. William says, ask Polk where they're going to play Jaden Woodby this year?
I think he's gonna play that star position. I think they're gonna put him at that hybrid safety / linebacker position. From what I've heard, from what I've read and stuff, that's what I think they're gonna put him at.
Okay. Jennifer King says, "What was y'all reaction to the NCAA football 14 spring game?"
That's what Coach Atkins and who was it? Coach Atkins and someone else played the. They played the spring game on the video game.
Rod Dugans.
Was it Dugans?
I think it was Dugans. I actually saw a piece of it. I actually watched some of it.
I watched a little bit of it. I think it was a player though, but I know Atkins played somebody on the game. It was cool. I mean, I like the way they did it. It was cool.
Oh, Dugans was playing by himself. That's what I caught. I don't know if it was extra, different feeds, different streams going on.
Atkins was playing. I don't remember who it was. I think it was a former player. They were playing on the video game, gold versus the white, or garnet versus white, or something like that. It was cool. I remember it.
Yes. Yeah. Yo, Pat 1984 in the building. What's up, man? Been a while. Duval says congratulations. So I think he's talking about your subscribers. Yeah, Polk gonna take off, man.
Slowly but surely, we growing.
We growing, man. It's gonna grow real fast. Once the season starts, you're gonna see your numbers, your numbers, everything just fly up. Happens every season. Like I got a lot of people, like I got a lot of subscribers that's just like dormant right now because it's a lot of fans you're not gonna see until the season starts. Some people are just like that. Yeah. I like to talk and be around all off season and sports and everything, football. I just love college football like that. But a lot of fans, it's a section, it's a 50% of the fans just won't come around until football is around. They don't want to hear nothing, they don't want to see nothing, they don't care until football comes. You'll see the chat once the season starts and we doing these streams together. You're gonna see the chat probably like 50 people in it at a time. Oh, Tyler says, this is a good question, Tyler. I'll let Polk answer that. He can do whatever you want. What's up, Jay Play? Tyler says, what position are we going to cover next week? Good question.
I might go. We might do wide receivers, or we'll do defense. I kind of want to, since we did quarterbacks last week. We did offensive line this week, so I want to stay on the offensive side. I know everybody's dying to get to the defense, but that just means y'all will turn into next week's. But I think we'll do wide receiver / tight end next week.
Okay.
Might even do.
We got a lot of.
I might even finish. We might, depending on how much information we got. I might even combine all of the offense next week. So we might just finish off running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends next week.
Okay.
I know everybody's so anxious to get to that defense, the other side of the ball, though. That's most of the questions y'all hear is defense. Everybody wants to know about that defense.
Right. The offense might turn around and surprise everybody.
I know.
Like Norvell might put up the racks on racks and fool everybody. Atkins versus Wally.
Yeah, it was Wally Aime. That's right. Oh, Keith is right. It was Atkins versus Wally Aime. They did a little stream. It was cool.
Kendrick says, congrats on 100, Polk.
My boy Kendrick, he's always supporting.
Yeah. He was on the live stream 2 days ago.
Huh?
He was on my live stream 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
The last live. Let's see. What's up, King Da Vinci? Pat says Polk is our little bro. We got him big things coming for him. Yeah, Polk gonna be. Yeah, he gonna be a problem. Michael Ellis says, yo, Kendrick, what's up, my brother? David Hayter's not around. Gabriel 19 Rodriguez, what's up, man? sipping on gin. Snoop Dogg, Michael Ellis. King Da Vinci, I'm more concerned about the offense than the defense. Yeah, me too. There's studs all over the defense, not so much offensively. Yeah, well, we got studs. Oh, yeah, we got studs all over the offense. It's just the one unit. That's
just the skill position. It's just the skill positions. That's where all the studs are at. We don't got no studs in the trenches.
We never took a step back. Even on the Jimbo never took a step back. Our Taggart on the skill positions, it was always the line.
Yeah,
it's offensive line. We find all the skills. We got flyers. We got ballers and blue chips, and they can run fast and pretty and shiny. But in the trenches, man, it don't mean nothing without the trenches, though. God dang. Pat got a question. Do you think that old line is finally a wall, not an open door?
It might be like a screen door.
Oh God!
I wouldn't call it a wall, but it's not an open. It's a screen door. Some stuff can still get in. It'll keep some stuff out. I guess it's like a screen door.
A locked screen door. You know that old grandma screen door with the hook in the hole. You gotta put the hook. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing holding the wind be blowing. Blam! The wind hit it. Blam! Yeah. Where we at? I think Henry. I think Ira Henry going to be a beast. I do too. I don't know yet though. He's only a sophomore, red shirt. Sophomore now.
Red shirt freshman.
Yeah. He gonna be. That's Taggart's guy. Yeah, he gonna be nice. He looked good as a freshman. Oh, so he's a sophomore. He's not even. He couldn't even redshirt these guys. He wasn't even ready, and he looked better than what we had.
No, I think he redshirted.
Oh, he did. Well, he a redshirt.
Because remember, they changed the rule. You could still play in 4 games and still keep a redshirt.
He looked good too. He looked good out there. For a freshman, we got all the trash out of the way. Tyler says next week we start looking at positions that we should be excited about. Yeah, right. Right. But it don't mean nothing if we don't address this. You're only as strong. What's it? You're only as strong as your weakest part.
Your weakest link.
That's right. That's a true statement.
And we gotta. True statement. We can't pretend like the offensive line don't exist, so we got to talk about it.
Right. Don McGillo says, "Go crack pigeons." Michael Ellis says, "Cheap." Yeah, crack pigeons. The Miami Hurricanes love this channel, man. They can't get enough.
I noticed that, man. You be having a lot of Cane fans on here. I noticed that. I noticed that.
It's a what's that word? Taboo. It's real taboo, right? For Hurricanes to like Turn-Tally. But I know they do, and they know they do, but it's an unsaid thing. It's an unsaid. They love me, man. They do. They love the hell out of me. They love the way I clown them. They love it. They can't get enough. Let's see. The King Da Vinci. Oh boy, here we go. What's your take on Blackman's last season? Does he become draftable? Oh Lord. Will he get benched in favor of the other quarterbacks on the roster?
My hope is he gets benched. Look, I don't wish any. I want Blackman to be successful, man. Don't get me wrong. I don't wish any ill on James Blackman. I'm strictly talking football, and I don't want to see Blackman on that field no more. I don't know what draft we talking about. Maybe the Canadian Football League draft, or maybe he can go play for the same team that Dontavius Jackson plays for. I don't know, but I don't want to see James Blackman this year. I'm just telling you how it is. Now,
man.
All that said, If Norvell's got those quarterbacks and he says James Blackman's the best one, then that's what we're gonna go with. I think that might be bad news, but it is what it is. I want to see Jordan Travis. I want to see Chubba Purdy. That's who I want to see.
Me too. I'll even see Luke, man. Altmaier.
You're gonna have to see. Someone's gonna have. If they go with Black, you're gonna have to convince me that they fixed all of James Blackman's problems, and I don't see that.
Nah, I don't see that either. I don't see it either, man. A sad FSU fan says, "Hey, Turn, how do you watch all the games from Down Under?" Oh, easy, man. I can just stream. I can stream them. Sometimes they come right on Facebook, and I can just from the groups, whatever, the Facebook groups, I can just do that. There's all types of avenues. And sometimes I just get on ESPN over here. Sometimes if it's a national game, it'll come over here on TV over here. It's not really a problem for me getting it. It's the time difference. Like I got to get up at 3 in the morning on a work night, but I'll do it 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. You know, it's rough because of the time difference. But I make them. Y'all gonna see. I'm gonna try and go live every single game this season. I'm gonna try and do a live stream while it's going live. So it's gonna be a new wrinkle I'm adding into this channel. Let's see. It'll be live during the whole game. No Blooded says, let me gentlemen ask you. I don't know if I skipped anybody. No, I didn't. He says, no blood. Let me tell you, gentlemen, a question. With the Gators opening up their new football facility, what would that do to FSU recruiting?
Nothing if FSU can win football games. Look, facilities matter. Don't get me wrong, but FSU is currently working on their own facility as well. Don't forget that. Willie Taggart did donate some of his money to the new FSU facilities. That facility is coming. So as far as things winning football games, that facility means, very small thing in the grand scheme of things. Kids want to see programs winning and playing in big games and competing for college and competing for the college playoff and the conference championship. That's what they want to see. They want to see you playing in the Orange Bowl at the end of the year, not the Shreveport Junk City Bowl. Like, that's what kids want to see. So you win games, those facilities, do they mean something? Sure, but they want to see Florida State winning football games.
Yeah.
Ask Oregon what those facilities mean, because Oregon's got that big 0 in the championship department. Those facilities mean
the prettiest clothes, and the prettiest.
Yeah, Oregon's got the
prettiest girl in the
Turn. Listen, I don't know. I watched like a documentary on Oregon facilities. Their facilities are amazing. Like they have this thing where you walk by and like the ducks waterfall come out of the ducks, and like it's all high tech stuff over there in Oregon. It's beautiful. How many championships they got to show for
it? Don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. You got to win football games, man. You got to win football games.
Trash program. November 7th, we will put Blackman down for y'all. Whatever, man. Duval No says nothing, no blooded one day. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Blackman going to the USFFL, United States flag football. Okay. Hey, y'all, he might be starting for us. Hopefully not. I want to see the guy with the most between the ears. Pat 1984 says, not gonna lie, I was a Blackman fan because he's from Palm Beach like me, but he just acts like he don't want to take that next step. Right.
Yeah, Pat James, hold on a second, Turn. James is from he's from Belgrade. He's the same place from where my wife is from. I'm a fan of him too. I want him to be good. I want to root for him, but at a certain point, you're like, when you watch a guy, you're like, he just ain't got it, So, but my bad, Chuck. Keep going.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I ain't got nothing to say. We said once again, you're wrong for that poke. Oh, he said, once again, you're wrong. No blooded says. So I guess no blooded disagrees. Must be about the Blackman thing. Yeah, must be about the Blackman thing. All right, then we can get into that. No blooded. Tell us why you think Blackman's the man. Brandon Allen King says need mobility at quarterback until O-line. I agree with that. Yeah, I really agree with that. I think we got mobile quarterbacks now. We got three now. Travis, Jordan Travis, Trevor Purdy, who's probably the fastest out of all of them. Nah, probably Jordan Travis probably the fastest, but he does run a 4.47 Chuba. And then you got Luke Altmaier. Luke Altmaier, they say run a 4.46 or something. So he can run too. So we got three mobile guys. I like my mobile quarterbacks just because they're elusive. It's always better to have that. That's a 12. We have a quarterback that can run. He's unaccounted for. So it's like defense has always sacrificed a guy to spy on him, which puts him at it's hard to stop a mobile quarterback. I love them. Jada King says, no cap, Blackman had a good run against Alabama State. Yeah, I remember that.
Against Alabama State. Against Alabama State.
Alabama State.
Listen to what you said. Alabama State.
Boy, that run. I'm like, when he took off, I'm so used to him getting, crashed about 1 or 2 yards. He went about 15. I'm like, it was nobody. I'm like, what?
I'm good.
I'm like, oh, Alabama State. Yeah. I was shocked. But that was Alabama State. A FSU fan. Yeah. Jalen was throwing shade. I didn't even know you was clowning him until I saw the laughing emoji. I didn't even know. A sad FSU fan. How would you feel about playing in the Camping World Bowl? Oh man. By the way, one Oregon fan was trash talking our nose. Yeah, I get those. I get the Oregon fans because they
because that's the biggest win in the history of their program.
Oh yeah.
That's why they trash talking. Because we took their coach, who don't let them tell you any differently. At the time when we took Willie Taggart, they really wanted him. So they're mad about that. They're mad about that. Now, in hindsight, you can say that they're glad we took Willie Taggart. That's fine. But at the time, they really wanted to keep him. So they're mad about that.
Right.
And them beating Jameis Winston and that team was the biggest win in the history of their program. And that's all they ever got to show for anything. They have no championships. That's why they come in and
that's their biggest. Right. Because they never won a big game. So that was their big game. Their big game. Yep.
And as far as playing in the Camping World Bowl, no. If we're playing in the Camping World Bowl, are you talking about he's talking about the stadium. So he's talking about the stadium in Orlando where we played our spring game in 2000, was it 15 or 16? We played the spring game there. That's what he's talking about. Are you talking about like playing football games there, or are you talking about having a bowl game there? I'm confused.
I have no idea. Playing there. Oh, I don't know. Said FSU fan. Tell us what you elaborate more on that. Don says the coaching staff is different. Boxers change trainers. I think we have good Freddie Roach trainers now. Start Travis or Purdy. Yeah, I agree with that. King Da Vinci says, how can an Oregon fan talk trash after one head-to-head victory? Their mascot is a Chinese menu delicacy. The best ever came from Hawaii and has quickly disappeared in the NFL. Yeah, he was never that good, man. They were dissing Jameis with that. He was never that good, man.
Bunch of facts.
Yeah, man. I wish we had gotten Michael Vick in college. Johnny King. Tyler Henson says, when Blackman got hit in the Alabama State game, it looked like someone threw a dead body out of a car. Oh man, Florida State should not have a quarterback looking like that, man. This is Florida State. This is ridiculous. This is Chubba's gonna have us back, man. He gonna be a beast. He gonna be a beast. I already know. Beast. Oregon and Georgia fans jokes, yeah. It's like Louisville talking trash to us about beating us in 2002 or 2011, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. We played Ole Miss there, didn't we, in Orlando?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. He said bowl. Stat FSU fan says bowl game. Yeah,
no, we don't have a bowl game. No.
Don't even have a bowl game.
If we're talking about, and I'm guessing, I'm assuming this is going back to the question by Nole Blooded, talking about facilities and how that's going to help recruiting. And like I said, if we're not playing in big bowl games, that's what's going to help recruiting. The Camping World Bowl ain't helping recruiting.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I understand we got to, take steps, but we need bigger bowl game. We need to be kind of like New Year's 6 type level bowl, like, Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, something like that.
That was still calling live. Hit that like button 1-727-300-7852. Or you just keep asking questions in the chat. We here for you. We stay a little bit longer. Still got 30 people. Stat FSU fans. Who we got? Oh, King Da Vinci. Seeing Blackman's mobility is like seeing olive oil from Brutus. Rubbing from Brutus. Oh, running from Brutus. Olive. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. A New Year's 6 bowl and national title is all we want. Yeah, that's all everybody wants. Jalen. But yeah, that's what we want. A Stat FSU fan. I'm just saying that because that's where I think we end up this year. Okay.
It kind of depends on the opponent too, Sad FSU fan. I mean, if you give us a decent opponent, that can make a solid bowl game. So I won't completely dismiss it, but you really want to get back to those national televised big time bowl games. That's what you really want.
Don Maguino says, when the Miami Crack Pigeons lose to Florida State this year, what y'all gonna do? We're gonna celebrate. What else we gonna do? We gonna party and talk and
that's right.
Spit on the crack. Right. When we burn your house down, we're gonna dance on the ashes and take your girlfriends. And we'll be gentle. We'll use protection. A Stat FSU fan says 45-17, I guess Florida State, Miami, I guess. Frank Abell says like Peach Bowl, Orange Bowl games, big bowl games will help FSU progress, right, and get players Independence Bowl game. Oh, hell no. Yeah, we gotta win the games we're supposed to. Firstly, we have to win the games we're supposed to. Well, no, I should say first we gotta look well coached and developed. Secondly, we gotta win the games we're supposed to, and thirdly, win the big one, whichever one that is. Win the big one. So that's how it is. Every year your big game changes. I think our big game this year is the first game. Honestly, the start of momentum.
Yeah, it's gonna be whatever product Norvell puts on the field. That's going to be the first big game.
Yep. The first game. Secondly is Miami. Miami's the most important game on the schedule, in my opinion. Jason Creek says Blackman will have the best year this year. He will finally have a good coach. That's debatable.
We'll see.
Because Blackman hasn't showed anything. Except his first year on the Jimbo, he showed a little bit.
I guess my question is, right, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to ask a question to the chat. I'm not against James Blackman, but for those of you who support James and think he's going to be the guy, I want you to explain to me what is it that he can improve his game on? Like, what do you see in his game that a coach can improve on? Right? Because I don't think James Blackman has ever had a problem understanding defenses or making certain throws. His problems has always been, to me, his accuracy and everything in here. So I don't see how Norvell can improve his accuracy, and I don't see how Norvell can improve his mental makeup. But please explain.
Yeah, his mid intermediate. Oh man, his short to intermediate throws are horrible.
The accuracy, they're bad.
Oh, he's been playing too long to be looking like that. He's been playing too long. 3 years. I don't care what coach he's under. How many coach changes a bad coach? He should be able to make those throws by now. Gracious. Dang it, man. He's just not that guy. He's just not. Where we at? 10-2 at best, 9-3, 8-4 at worst. Yes, yeah, I think so too, Jalen. Where's he at? Talent Head, how is Blackman going to improve? He's out of practice, and during practice, he was the worst quarterback on the field. That's true. Jordan Travis outplayed him day one. Yeah. Don says, I guess it's a serious question for once, not a troll. We got 40 people in here. How close are you guys to beating Clemson?
Until that offensive line improves, we're nowhere near close to beating Clemson. And that's just a fact. Because if you can't block, Clemson is recruiting the defensive line at an elite level. And if we can't block them, we can't play with them. So that's my take.
Yeah, they got some beast. We'll take it back, but it's gonna take some work, man. This is how it is.
If by some miracle you get, let's say, B level play out of our offensive line, we can play with Clemson because every other position we can play with Clemson. We got beast at every other position, but if we can't block them, we can't stick with them.
Yep. It's gonna take some work, but it's all college football is all cyclable. I bet you when we won that championship in 2013, it felt like it was gonna last forever. Just like the 90s, it felt like it was gonna last forever. That pretty much was forever because it never happened before. So football is all cyclo. It's all cycle. What's the word? Cyclical. We'll be back on top. We'll be back on top of Clemson. We'll be back. It'll take a couple years. It's painful rebuilding, but we'll be there. I mean, Clemson's not going to be on top forever. It doesn't work that way, especially in college football. It doesn't work that way. We'll be back, and then we'll be on top, and then we'll fall off again. It's the way it is. His downfield passing can improve. Yeah, I don't even like it. I don't even like his long throw. They be inaccurate. I don't even like his long throw. I don't like it. Even when he missed Tamari Terry in the Wake Forest game. Remember that easy little thing? Come on, bro.
Tamari Terry on a lot of them deep throws makes him look good because Tamari Terry can just run and get it.
Yeah, he do. That one throw told me everything. That one throw when it was nobody around Tamari Terry for like 20 yards and he overshot him. Like, God damn it, man.
James Blackman could have made 2 throws. We would have beat Virginia last year. Like,
just lob it. There's nobody around him for 20 yards. Just potato toss it. God dang it, Black. That was all panic. That's all. It was all panic. God damn it. All right, what we got? ACC's in a tie with the Sugar Bowl. A fat FSU fan needs to work on them checkdowns. Pat says, run out. Definitely his win to and not to run could definitely get better. Man, everything get better with Black. King Da Vinci says if Miami wins, it's because FSU got bored playing in 2017. I'm not gonna get into that. King Da Vinci, well, Matt, Good answer, Polk. Duval Nole says. He needs to hold on. It's a lot here. I believe that our 2021 recruits will gain additional stars this upcoming high school season. The 3 stars will become 4 stars. Yeah, I've noticed that we're trending upwards with our class ranking. And also, I don't know if I put this out. I did put this out my last live stream. It's been fake news, man. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid because the Louisville fans been hitting me up. Is it Louisville? No, I'm sorry, Tennessee. See, I put them on the same level. Tennessee, that was fake news, man. They're number 2 right now because of numbers. I listened to a podcast a day or 2 ago, and their average star rating is the same as ours.
Yeah, go look at their class. They got a ton of 3 stars and like I would say like 2 or 3 4 stars, or 5 and 1 5 star, something like that. But them, North Carolina, a lot of these teams have these high rankings because of numbers, like you say. But all that stuff will even out. All that stuff will even out.
Right. It's about the quality. They just got quantity. So that's fake news, man. Tennessee, I take back everything I said. I should have looked into that before I ran my mouth. I drank the Kool-Aid because I was getting hit up left and right from Tennessee fans, and I looked like, oh, y'all number 2, and I drank the Kool-Aid. They probably not too bright of fans. So next time I know. Well, unless Norvell wants a running quarterback, Jason Creech says, because Blackman is painful to watch running and his short passes have no touch. Michael Ellis says he needs to work on figuring out the transfer portal. check that down. Blackman don't go nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, man. He probably because he know he can't play nowhere else. Brandon Allen King says just better team discipline. Coaching knows when 9, few rough diamond beasts, at least 10. Polk County says preach, Polk, preach. That Dabo TikTok will help. I don't know what that is. Jeremy King says Jordan Travis has to work a little bit more on his throwing, a lot more. Jason Creech says Clemson will have the best defensive line in the country. Yeah, I'm shocked. The Brian Breeze is unbelievable. He's a young Warren Sapp. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Clemson is still rebuilding their lines. Yeah, but the way Clemson
offensive line, maybe not that defensive line.
The way they recruit, man. Like,
yeah, that defensive line is gonna be fine.
Yeah. Hey, please. Again, it's check downs with 0.2 seconds to make a decision. Who knows how good any quarterback could be here? Well, we don't know. We don't know that. We don't know about the 2 seconds. Our line might be better, man. We don't even know. We don't know. We'll see. King Da Vinci. If the O-line is at B level, that's what Polk says, I'll turn a triple backflip off my roof. I'll take a D+ right now.
I'm not saying it's going to be at B level. I'm not saying that at all.
Nah,
I'm just saying, if it's at a B level, we can compete with Clemson. I don't expect the B level.
Daddy, I take a D+ too, King. I take a D+ too. That's good. Brian Brees. Jenna King says Brian Brees is an Aaron Donald 2.0. Jared Burrows, that's why Chubb is laying low, because he wants to get on campus. It's his team. Maybe. He got the playbook already. George Travis will be a nasty guy. I see that guy, quarterback, running back. I don't know, man. It's hard to play behind a Harbaugh offensive line like Blackman has had. Yeah, we all know that. But he's had time. Sometimes I've seen it.
Yeah, that doesn't excuse. So you're not wrong, but that doesn't excuse missing wide open passes, throwing the ball behind receivers, or like an Arizona State game, throwing 4 or 5 interceptions. Like, you can't always go back. Oh, Blackman didn't have a good O-line. There's decisions that Blackman has made that has been his decisions of just bad play or bad throwing, right? So you can't blame everything on the O-line, guys. Blackman has had his own part in the responsibility of a bad O-line play as well by holding on the ball too long at times as well. So,
We got who started at running back? Polk answered a few times. He says he's taking Corbin is our best running back. Jordan Travis equals Lamar Jackson 2.0. Jalen, come on. Come on, no. So Lamar Jackson, did he run like a 4.3? Lamar Jackson couldn't throw the football though. I think is Jordan Travis a better passer? I think. Oh, we haven't seen it. Lamar Jackson was a horrible passer in college. Like he couldn't do nothing. Horrible. He won a Heisman off it. This is how athletic he is. He's not a good. He's a good thrower now though. My God, he works hard. I would like to see what Travis can do. Trevor Purdy's the future, right? Tallahassee, once we start getting some visits, I'm telling you the commits, yeah, we'll start rolling in. We have a few just begging for us to accept them. Yeah, right. Norvell's smart, man. It's gonna be and a beautiful thing about us only having what we have 4 or 5 commits right now.
Something like that. I'd have to go back and look. I think 5.
And I only really care about 2 of them. I only care about really 2. So that because what's going to happen is people are filling up these classes. They're going to decommit. These kids are committing without even taking visits. Norvell's like, I'm not going to take any. They're not going to stick. It's a waste of time. We don't even know the kids. All we got is film. We don't even know their character. We don't know nothing about these people. And you know what I mean? We haven't even talked to them face to face. We haven't even seen them play. We haven't even seen them play in person. Like these kids are going to decommit. It's going to be a lot of decommits. Like coaches are just taking kids on. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Jalen, I want some of that. What you're sipping on? Jordan Travis equals Lamar Jackson. At this point, I'll take Mike Vick with 1 leg, says King Da Vinci. Yeah, that's kind of far-fetched with that Lamar Jackson. Tyler says, Andrew Jones wants to commit to us, but he doesn't have the test scores. Okay.
Then don't take him.
No, yeah, can't. Trevor Lawrence wants to be scared. Won't be scaring anybody this year after that loss in the championship game against LSU. He was exposed. Trevor Lawrence hasn't looked good since his freshman campaign. He looked bad all last year. He had a few good games and flashes. Not games, but he had a few flashes and games. It's like, okay, that's the old Trevor. But they should have lost that Ohio State game. His mechanics are terrible. He just has the physical gifts, but it's going to eat him up. And if he don't fix a few things, he's going to get abused in the NFL. But go ahead, we say.
I was just saying, Clemson should have lost that Ohio State game. Ohio State had blew that game.
Yeah. Trevor has some flaws, man. He got some flaws because his freshman year he came from nowhere. They knew he was going to be good, but not that quick. So he came from nowhere. They didn't have any tape. But now people got tape, and you see what all last season he had problems. He was struggling the first half of the season, bad, because they had tape on him. There's things that he still does to this day that are detrimental. You know what I mean? In college football, it can get covered up because he has so much talent around him. But when he goes to the next level, that can come back to get him. He's got some issues. It looks like it's a lot of like the footwork. It's a lot of little things, but they turn out to be really big things.
I think Trevor has a lot of physical gifts, and
that's it. Yep.
But I think he'll be fine.
Yep. He'll be fine. He's growing. He got time to grow. Like he could have went pro this season. He could have easily went pro. That's smart for him to stay back. That was smart, man. Smart move. Clemson always staying back. Damn it. They always staying back. How is Dabo keeping these guys, man? Imagine us having Jameis Winston for 3 years. Like, God dang, man. Go to the NFL. Why are we only looking at 2 offensive tackles and they are low 3 stars? I wouldn't worry about the stars, man.
So yeah,
when
it comes to offensive line, I would throw stars out of the window. Like,
Yep.
I get
Yep.
it, you know, 5 stars and all of that. And sometimes those rankings are right on point. But the offensive line is the most difficult position to scout and evaluate because you don't know if
Right.
these kids' bodies are going to respond to extra weight, to losing weight, to strength gain. It's a crapshoot, honestly, with the offensive linemen. So I wouldn't quite worry about the stars. I would just worry about getting quality players with the size and build to fill out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't quite worry about the star rankings as of this point for offensive linemen. It's an extremely hard position to evaluate offensive line at any level, especially high school when these kids aren't done growing yet.
Just look at guess who was a 5-star? Let me give you an example of a star bust. We had a 5-star top 10 offensive tackle. Just transfer out the transfer portal. Got a assault and battery charge. Jawan Williams. He was a 5-star top.
Yeah. Jawan Williams was one of the most touted offensive linemen in his class, and he was the worst offensive lineman I've ever seen play football.
So you could throw them star rankings in the toilet, man. I don't care about those star rankings. I'll give you another example.
If you guys remember Martez Ivey, he ended up playing for Florida. That dude might have been the best high school recruit, the best high school offensive lineman I might have ever seen. And he had a solid career, but he never lived up to the potential that he was supposed to be. So,
man, this tonight is packed.
I see that.
Goodness gracious, I can't keep up. Where am I at? Man, this gonna be big, Polk. God dang. You guys work good together, keep it going. Thanks, guys. Can't wait for some football. I love the options at kick return and punt return. I like that. I like them too.
What's that for?
Let's see if I passed some people. I think I passed some people. We got a good look on Trevor Lawrence. We will have an edge on them. Dylan the King says, hopefully, we got good coaches now, so we should have some kind of game plan and not just have a one. You know, Taggart be standing there, and you can tell he has no plan B. That used to drive me. Jimbo Fisher have a game plan B, plan C, plan D. As soon as Jimbo Fisher went to the halftime, I was like, oh, here comes the adjustments. We about to get in that ass. I knew the adjustments was coming. We come out of the locker room under Taggart. We got no adjustments, man. Same old one-trick pony, ain't working. Keep doing it. Run Cam into a wall, punt the ball. Like this, goddamn. Jason Creed says, man, I'm excited to watch Rev run the ball. King Da Vinci says, offensive tackle is a hard position to judge. Yeah, great, right. And you don't know, and plus the competition they play too. He's like, it's hard. Michael Ellis. Oh, you got to know when to throw it. You got to know when to throw it away. You got to know when to run. You never count your interceptions. Yeah. When the game is going, there will be time to count them when. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Mike. When the game is done. Right. You got to let stuff roll over you. You got to have a short memory, especially at quarterback and definitely at defensive back. You got to have a short memory, man. We don't need a Lawrence. We don't need no more drama in the football program, Lawrence. You got to know when to hold is what I meant. Y'all know what you meant, Mike. King Da Vinci. I don't want a quarterback to be like a spokesman for Garnier Foods commercials. Sound good. Will Jordan Travis be a good college player instead of NFL player? Will Jordan Travis be a good college player? Nah. I don't think he's going to be good in either. Can't wait to mollywop y'all this season. Oh, he got a Gator fan in here. Swamp Duck. You guys work good together. What happened to the Beanhead Georgia fan? Oh, the Milk Dud. You talking about AR-10? He probably lurking in the shadows. He probably watching right now. We say Beanhead. I call him Milk Dud. Keep doing good work, young man. Thanks, Brian. Gator boy, so Gator boy the door. Who is your favorite player on the team? Offense for you is Terry. Defense is Nasruddin. After that, where he scored 2 tackles. Yeah, I like Nasruddin a lot. Hello, Polk Jr. How many kids you got, Polk?
2.
2. So you got a family in Hawaii, huh?
Just a boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl. How long you gonna be in Hawaii for?
I've been here for about a year now. It's probably another year or 2.
Yeah, that's what I had to do, like 2.5 years before you re-sign and go somewhere else. I re-signed after Hawaii. I didn't want to leave Hawaii, man. Yeah, I loved Hawaii. Goodness gracious. I did not want all year round, all year long, tank top and flip-flops. That's all I wore. Man, it was nice.
Beautiful.
Everywhere. Beautiful weather, man. God dang. Let's see. It's a paradise. Hawaii is a paradise. Yeah, man. They loving this. Oh, Nobody says, "Oh Lord, we have a Georgia fan." Yeah, we got a Gator fan in here. He's talking trash.
Can I answer Tyler's question? Because I missed it.
Yeah, go ahead, whatever.
Tyler asked my favorite, or his asked who's the favorite player on the team.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me on offense, it's probably Terry as well. But I like Marv on defense, man. I think Marv is everything you want, just in a football player, period. Marv is a monster. Man, if you haven't seen it, there's a video of Marvin Wilson racing Asante Samuel, and he almost beats him. Now, I don't know if that says bad things about Asante Samuel or amazing things about Marvin Wilson, but I was like, oh my God. Go watch that video, man. Marv kept up with him the whole time. A 6'5", 220-pound defensive tackle was running stride for stride with like a 5'10", 180-pound corner. Go ahead, Tom.
It's a question for you. No-blooded. I know where this question is coming from. It's coming from that live stream with me, T2Y, and Milk Dud. It's AR10. I call him Milk Dud. Ever since I see he's bald. So I call him that. He said, what do you think about the SEC? Because he kept bringing it up. SEC is so great, this and that. That's where that question is coming
from. Think about it. I mean, the reason the SEC is the conference in college football is because that's the richest conference almost in college football. Like they pump the most money. They pump the most money into that conference. So I'm not going to sit here and say the SEC isn't good, but here's my problem with the SEC hype and all the SEC fans. There's a top tier, and then there's everybody else. You got your Alabamas, your LSUs.
Yeah.
Those are the teams year in and year out. And then every other school in the SEC is just riding the coattails. The Ole Misses and the Mississippi States, the Kentuckys, the Vanderbilts. All of those schools they're no better than the Louisvilles and the North Carolinas we have over here in the ACC. So all this whole SEC stack top to bottom, it's not. They're top heavy, just like every conference is top heavy. The Big 12, you got Oklahoma, top heavy. The Pac-12, you got top heavy, USC and every conference is top heavy. ACC's got Clemson and Florida State on most years. So stop with the whole SEC is just this overall great conference. It's good. Yes, the reason that produces the most draft picks is because it's the South. Guess what conference produces the second most draft picks? The ACC. Why? Because most of those schools are predominantly in the South. That's why the South runs college football, period. So let's stop making it seem like the SEC is head and shoulders above everybody else. I think we've kind of seen over the past few years that that's not really the case. Clemson's won, we've won, Ohio State wins. You know, that's just my SEC.
Thank you. Jed Burroughs goes, have you heard anything from the 2 kids from Louisiana? No, I haven't heard. No. Gator Boy, SEC owns the ACC, a Clemson Championship Conference. Here come he trying to troll. Gator Boy, well, we own you 7 of the last 10 years. So, but for
Gator Boy.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Huh?
No, I'm just saying, I don't care what Gator Boy got to say.
Who cares? we
Gators
own y'all 7 of the last 10.
Gators just got relevant again. They just got relevant again. Nobody wants to hear what they got to say.
They think they're gonna get the national championship this year. To court to their fans.
They've been smoking that same crack pipe the Miami fans been smoking.
Right. This year, Kano will have a breakout year. I hope so. He should be unstoppable. Yeah, I agree. He should be. He should dominate. Mike Ellis singing Kenny Rogers revamped the Gambler song. Jordan Travis need to have the ball in his hand at least once a down. National D is the best player on our team. Yeah, kind of. He might be.
I like Nasruddin a lot. I don't think he's better than Marv.
You think he's better than Marv?
No, I like Nasruddin a lot. I don't think he's better than Marv. Marv's different, man. Well, Marv's a different type of animal. Go back and watch the Louisville tape of Marvin Wilson. Now Louisville just had that 6'7", 365-pound offensive lineman get drafted in the first round. Go back and watch the tape. Marv's ragdolling him all game. Marv's a different beast.
Gator Hater, he chilling somewhere. Gator Hater be around. I've been going live a lot more though, man. Like people got lives. Don says, "Cute baby." You are so lucky. We are all Gator haters here. Good one, said FSU. Gator hater, Kane Slayer. Gator haters everywhere. Big Marv, the top 10 NFL draft. Water is also wet, whatever that means. Williams, I think FSU DBs going lockdown. Clemson. Let's just wait and see. The sun is hot. A one-legged duck moves in circles. What are y'all talking about? Big Marvin Kano should have big years. Huh?
I don't know what King Da Vinci is talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about, man. There's a few people saying some weird stuff. Nasruddin will definitely have a big year again. We're loaded on defense. Yeah, he should. But he won't be having those. Hopefully, you don't want him having 23 tackles a game. You don't want. Hopefully, his tackles numbers go down. Gators will beat y'all in Miami, too. Dan Mullen's wife done gave all the Gator players COVID-19. Y'all, we all need the codes and games to be good again. Yeah, I agree. People don't realize every game last year was a touchdown and field goal away, except for I realize everything canceled. Oh yeah, I remember you. What's up, man?
Yeah, that's why it was so frustrating last year. That's why last year was so frustrating.
Yeah, it was. Gators and Canes have something in common. They both lost to FSU a few years ago. How quick they are to forget. We own both of them the past decade. We've won like 70% of our matchups with them. But they have short memories, So now that we down a little bit, now that this is how it is, right? But come on. Let's see. We're going to be 12-0. We're probably gonna wrap this up soon, y'all. Tyler Hitton. Okay, yeah. We still got 40 people in here. Good Lord, man. Wow.
Hey, I love the turnout. I love it.
Yeah, it's not even football season yet. And look at this. Good God, man. Wait till football season comes. It's gonna be about 80 people in here. Good goodness. That's what I would get during last season. When I went live during the season, I would get like about 50 plus. With this one, man, look, it's gonna be about 80. This is just an average. It's not even a football season yet. Good God. I hope they both lose every game they play. Michael Ellis, you right for once, John Shields. We need both teams back. Yeah, I agree with that. 10-2. We will miss Neighbors, who's up to replace him. Oh, tight end. We'll answer that last question.
I think we got some solid tight ends. I think we got some solid tight ends. I think, you know, Neighbors was good for what he did, but I think we got some better all-around tight ends than Gabe Neighbors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. I think it's time to wrap up. We've been on about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Great turnout. Thanks for support. Thanks for supporting Nole Night, baby. We went through the offensive line. Next week, it is wide receivers and tight ends. Pope gonna give you a breakdown. I said, dream on, get a boy. Thank y'all for showing up, man. Boys, it's the TURNTTALLY channel. It's about to be lit, man. I like the way I like. Yeah. Go ahead, Pope. Sign off. Say what you gotta say.
I'm just saying, thanks guys for turning in, man. I'm surprised at all the support and all the people showing up, but that means we putting out good stuff. So as long as you guys want it, yes, I'm here to put it out, man.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Polk County Nole. His channel is Polk County Nole. I'll put in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. We gonna build this up. We gonna grow together, man. We gonna grow together. After a while, we probably gonna be having athletes on here calling in, FSU players. I'll be over the moon. We get a coach to call in. Get some coach. I talked to one coach, but hopefully I get some more. Start networking. We'll get them on the shows, man. I'm trying to be big. I ain't playing around.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, I ain't playing around. All right, y'all. Special shout out to the Nole Gators and Cold Cane fans. Y'all supported. Y'all came here. Thanks for the support. King Da Vinci. Go Noles, baby.
All right, man.
Go Noles. Thanks, Pope. I'll catch up with you. Also, make sure to watch Bucks Nation. Mr. Bucks Nation. Check him out. And I'll tell you exactly what you need. Like, yeah, just check him out and you grab what you want, what you take, what you like that he does, and just put it into your thing. Because he got it going on. I like the way he does the thing. Y'all got similar styles. Really similar styles. Really similar. Say bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
He's a junior.
Pope Junior. All right, y'all. Thanks for checking out.
All right, Nole Nation.
Nole Nation signing off. Peace. I'm gonna play this before I go. Peace. Oh, there it is. #1 Nole fans in the universe. TURNTTALLY. Shout out to the Nole Nation. TURNTTALLY Holics. You know what it is. We're going to win the ACC. Oh yeah, I got a video coming out tomorrow night. Be on the lookout for that. It should be really funny. I got a video coming out tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Wednesday night. Be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be touching on Jawan Williams. I'm gonna troll the hell out of Jawan Williams about the battery. Also, I'm gonna have highlights. I forgot what player I'm gonna have highlights. I forgot. He said, "Oh, Michael Trigg, tight end. I'm gonna have his tape up because we still got a chance on him. Still got a chance. So I'll put up Michael Trigg highlights. Yeah. Peace out, y'all. Thanks, folks.
All right,
see you next week, bro.
Awesome show.
They play one recital.